Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Monday Sound Stream, where we are going to be talking about news stuff. And it's not a lot of news, but we will be doing like a viewership poll thing as part of it when we get to a certain news topic. Because I don't know, I'm a little creatively spent at the moment. So yeah, we'll get some polling from the audience this week, which will be really exciting. Um, but welcome to our Monday live stream. We let's see. Yeah, there was Power Rangers fandom drama, or justified or not, or whatever it was. I have not looked into it too deeply because I do not know the people involved, and I'm not commenting on it because I feel like there's no reason for me to. Because again, I don't know the people involved, and we're not going to discuss it any much in this live stream because I don't feel like there's a point to, because again, I don't know the people involved. But just making that general broad statement, if you guys ask me opinions on fandom dramas in the chat, I'm not ignoring you. I just don't feel like talking about it. I'm very tired. Okay, so in our voice chat, as always, we have our wonderful graphic designer, Ryan Darkclaw643.
Hey, Jose Canseco bet? Why are you cheap?
Exactly. And then we also have our fighter cows, our Jerry. I don't know why I claimed you as
Cricket.
our.
I don't know. Cricket.
Cricket.
You gotta know what a crumpet is to understand cricket. Cricket.
In case you don't get any of these references, you haven't seen my recent video on every Casey Jones action figure, which came out 3 days ago. I don't know why it says 2.
Get back here! I'll finish with you!
And then we also had the Shine Greymon review last week, which was super duper fun. And we had a shorts version of the Casey Jones, and then we also looked at Nova Prime's dumb plastic-free packaging. I hate that box.
I love that. That's probably one of my favorite shirts you've done. Because it's ridiculous, that packaging.
Yep.
Wait, Fire Free in the chat. Hey Sam, remember when Hasbro said they would replace
Yes.
Blue Centurion? Well, they sent me 2 Beast Warrior yellows because they didn't have any. They didn't tell me ahead of time.
I hope that they both have all their parts at least. I don't know. That's insane.
Hasbro customer service.
Wow. I hate the way they package the box. The box art's fine. I like Nova Prime. I know some people are like, it should be a new mold, and I'm like, I don't know, it looks just like the Devastation mold minus the legs, but even the legs are pretty dang close. I'm totally cool with this. Nova Prime is not known well enough by the general audience to be getting a new mold. And also, he doesn't have enough repaint potential. Like, for example, I don't think Prime / G1 Skyquake is that well known, nor Dreadwing, but here I am on the second version of this mold out of 5 possibilities. So there's something here, Nova Prime, not so much. He's a little.
That's the thing with that's the thing with Hasbro. I think people don't realize for Transformers is they usually choose characters that can easily be repainted to other characters a lot of times.
Yep. And then, or if it's somebody really prominent, like Studio Commander Ultra Magnus has a couple repaint potentials. Like they could do Delta Magnus, they could do Piss Color Magnus, they could do some stuff like that.
Why did they did copy Lyle Convoy?
Yeah,
because they need to like justify making a complete lion mold,
right,
for him.
And so that's kind of why I think that like you gotta have it's either got to be super notable, or it's got to be easily repaintable, and that's the thing. And this is technically only the second use of this mold because this is using the Galaxy Prime retool.
Because technically this is
because even though it's using the same I think even the inner body's retooled from Magnus. Like there's so much retooling done here. It's not just Magnus. So.
Are you sure it's not? Are you sure it's not another Combiner War Silverbolt remold?
Everything is a Combiner War Silverbolt remold, but that's besides the point. But yeah, no, the thing is too is he's got transformation a little bit different. Yeah. Anyways, that's the story there. In other news, I've only been buying Leader Class Transformers lately because those seem to keep selling out.
Yeah, I know. I can't find. Yeah, I had to order. I had to order Commander Armada Optimus on BBDS because I cannot find them. I cannot find them anywhere. What's frustrating is the day I ordered from BBS and had to pay the upcharge because that's BBS does that for Hasbro products. The next day, Amazon puts it back up for normal retail price. I'm like,
Yep, happens to
I
me a
hate when
lot.
that happens.
I only ordered Dreadwing on pre-order because he sold out on Pulse, and I was like, that's an indicator he's going to be in demand. So I grabbed him. I love this mold. Yeah, okay, it's got a bit of a thick backpack, but I really don't care. I really love this mold. I've talked about it a lot. I've talked about how much I love that mold when it got leaked. So yeah. Let's see. Fire Fury said both Beast Morphers Yellows have all their stuff. Sending a second copy to acquaintance who wanted it. I didn't know already. At least I didn't already own Beast Morphers Yellow. Now I have all the Beast Morphers Rangers out silver. Yeah, at least you got something you didn't already have. I do think Legacy Armada, Overload, and Jetfire seem plausible.
oh, I mean, definitely. Like,
Yeah.
and there's a specific.
Oh, also,
like,
I saw the comment earlier. I want to welcome Thomas Mann, 256 Production Studios, to the chat, who's been watching for over 10 years.
Discord.
And has joined the Discord. So I'm glad. And good luck with the Lost Galaxy Rangers. I hope you get every part and piece that you need.
Speaking of, if you actually, this will definitely go related to what we have planned Friday, or maybe up to you guys. But you want to join our Discord? Link in the description below, and also no swearing in the chat, or else YouTube will kill us. And so you swear, hey, the super chat swear jar.
Super chat swear jar is a thing, and super chats are open in case you just want to send a super chat. Typically, we will read comments from the chat as it comes up to be related to the news topics at hand, if it kind of like brings up a good discussion point. But we don't read every comment in the chat just because there's a lot that come through, and that would be kind of daunting, and it would just be a lot of reading. That's why I put it on the screen so you guys can all be thing. Yeah, Hellfire. No one's actually used the swear jar yet. Everyone's been really good, which is nice.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, but if you want something asked specifically, directly, and it's not like on the banned list of things that I'm not going to answer, if you send it as a super chat, we will read it out. That is.
Hey, speaking of, welcome, Mateki T, JoJo Star, Zelchex, Fire Fury, 24 Jason, Thomas, 256, Comrade 64, Peltrex, Walkman of Doom, Jamie's World, or Jaime's World, someone, Seoman, Jeremy's Car, but he's also new to the channel. Hope all is well, new to the channel, and I really dig the content. I hope the Blu-ray news is either Ultra Series, Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, or Metal Hero related. Hellfire, Psycho O's, and that should be Infinite,
and LPH.
And LPH. Welcome everybody.
Welcome everybody. So glad to have you here. So it's Tom with a silent H. Yeah, if we ever say your name wrong, let us know.
We can't read mine.
Yeah.
I say that, but that's one of my favorite jokes in Blue Beetle is when Jaime was trying to get a job at Cord Industries, and he's like, "Many Jaime Reyes, welcome, Jamie." It's like it's Jaime.
That has been the online discussion with his name for so long.
That's happened to me that's actually happened to me in real life on jobs.
Speaking of Jamie's World, always remember you can always check what you say before you hit the send button. Hellfire says, can someone tell me why in the span of 2 weeks BBTS decided to have 2 different commander classes come in stock? Because Hasbro has no control over anything they do. Yep. I'm sitting here wondering if Pulse is going to ship Magnus early, and I'm trying to decide if I'm going to cancel stuff. So, I have a red spot on my nose. I don't know what it is.
Are you sick? Do you eat the chop fruit?
No. Maybe. I don't know. I think a bug got me. We've had a lot of bugs around lately.
I mean, the weather's finally getting to fall season now. It's not like melting my skin now.
I just remembered I forgot a news topic with the toy news. So I'm gonna go grab that. But yeah, I mean, we got some news. I mean, I think this week's news is a little bit lighter because
there's Toy Fair and PulseCon.
PulseCon and Toy Fair are coming up, so there's that.
Speaking of PulseCon, stay tuned near the end of the stream for a special poll about that.
More like towards the middle of the stream, but yeah.
Yeah, towards the middle, where everybody's here still.
First up, this is me being a good fan of things. There's 3 days left on the Inferno Girl Red Kickstarter, so if you want to help Inferno Girl Red, part of the Massive-verse comic book series, get its second book produced. They're at $67,000 of their $85,000 goal, and they have 3 days left. You can get hardcovers and digital editions of Book 1 and Book 2. So if you can and you want to help support them, this is the best way.
So how did? Because I was a little confused when I saw this. How did Inferno Red work? Because was
Inferno Girl Red. God, the stream's lagging again.
It was like 5-part issues or something like that.
Inferno Girl Red was 3. It was released as 3 issues, but Inferno Girl Red Book 1 was a Kickstarter, and after they did a Kickstarter, they released a 3-issue release into comic shops, and then a full trade after that. They're doing the same thing. They're doing a Kickstarter for Book 2, and then, so through the Kickstarter, you can get hardcover editions, but then through comic shops later, you could get regular editions. So, if you want to support this book, they're a little bit short of their goal. I'm hoping they make it in the last 3 days. Erica DeRusso and Matt Groom are the ones working on it with Igor Monti. Kyle Higgins is an editor. So it's part of the Radiant Black related universe. But it's $15 for a digital, $40 for a hardcover, $45 for a hardcover and a print. So they have options.
I find it interesting they did a Kickstarter because I thought Image would help them push their book because it's
Yeah.
owned.
I think it's because the first one.
Let's just say work in the comic industry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think I was gonna say is that, like, because of the talent behind it, they don't have enough pull to get it just greenlit for series. If I'm being, because this is nothing against like Erica DeRusso and Matt Groom, and Igor Monti. All 3 of them are very talented people working on this. They're just not known names. Radiant Black got greenlit off Kyle Higgins having a known name in the industry from Power Rangers.
Not just for Power Rangers, but I think people forget he also was a big writer for DC.
Yeah, he did a ton of stuff for DC. So
that's how it works. What you said, Soundout, because seeing other, you remember my background working with other smaller companies, Action Lab and all that.
Yeah,
they usually won't just greenlight, so they tend to have to do Kickstarters. Even like they're like, we'll believe in you, but not enough to just give you money.
Mm-hmm.
That's unfortunately how it is if you're a smaller name in comics.
It's kind of like Melissa Flores got Dead Lucky greenlit because she also was doing Power Rangers at the same time. And so the thing is that you get...
And plus, I imagine she also had, like, the advantage of Melissa, they've actually worked with Saban. I imagine she has some, like, kind of
well, that was the reason she got picked to be the new writer in Mighty Morphin, was that because she had already worked on the brand and knew the history. She was the kind of person to pick that they're like, hey, can you pick this up because you're coming in at issue 101, but you already know everything that happened in the previous comics. Mm-hmm. So
I think the only one I've seen not do this is Valiant.
Yeah,
well, isn't
I
Valiant?
Valiant's like even
Kickstarter. Valiant's even more indie than Image, from what I understand, aren't they?
Yeah, because I think from what that happened here is that Image did publish Inferno Girl Red, but only after it did a Kickstarter to make it happen. That's kind of how it goes. So, yeah, comic industry is rough, guys.
Their universe.
That's why.
They don't need to do Kickstarters.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Here's the thing with comics is, I'm really getting tired of people say the comics are dying because they say that almost every single year since for the past.
I mean, they say that about physical media too, and look where we are here.
Yeah, comics. Like, look, if it was as bad as people make it out to be, we wouldn't have this many comics out today.
I mean, certainly it's not. It's the industry's not as good as it was in like the late '80s.
Definitely, but it's not as like disaster driven as like. Because especially how people compare them to manga, like again, I feel like people don't.
The manga versus the Western comics debate is a whole thing we could have on our own, but that is a disingenuous argument.
Because I think people don't realize how
it is 2 different industries. Because you're talking about Western comics are produced, released for America. Manga is licensed from Japan to be released in America. The reason why manga prices are cheaper as well is because you have one person writing and drawing it until they're on their deathbed, versus comic books, which usually has a writer, an artist, a colorist, an inker, a letterer. So that way you have, multiple people working on a book, and then also because in Japan as well, because of their healthcare system is different, you don't have to pay for people's healthcare, so the prices of Western comics is reflective of paying multiple people and for like all of their benefits for working for a company as well.
Also,
yeah.
Also people don't realize that. Also, I think people don't realize this with manga. They release their chapters are released weekly. I think the problem is people
Yeah.
compare a single issue to a comic to a whole volume of a manga, while realizing that a lot of the chapters you see in manga are released in magazines in Japan.
Yep.
That's their quote unquote issues in Japan.
And they can't do that here because it would, if they did, like if Marvel and DC did anthology comics, you would be paying like $10, $10 to $15 for like 100 pages. Because of, again, the price of having to pay. Like, I mean, look at how many people are getting paid just for this, right? that's 7 people on this one comic versus a manga, which is one dude and an editor.
And also, manga doesn't worry about this thing called coloring coloring.
And so that's why manga can come out quicker, because it is black and white. Hellfire, we'll talk about the Transformers comics a little bit later on. And also, that's the other thing, too. Paper quality on manga is much different than paper quality on Western comics.
It's like newspaper on those.
Yeah, they're texture, like they're newspaper-y for manga versus like more gloss paper for comics.
Mm-hmm. But if you want to go support an independent creative venture with the Massiverse...
Do you like Henshin Heroes? Do you like Kamen Rider?
Do you like Kamen Rider? Because Inferno Go Red is so Kamen Rider. Welcome, Enviro Earth 2. Yeah, I highly recommend this. It was really terrific.
Because I always say, compared to all the Massiverse stuff, I feel like, because I always shoot the Massiverse stuff. Well, yeah, there is a Tokusatsu inspired inspiration. I don't think Radiant Black. I don't get like a Radiant Toku feel for Radiant Black. I just feel like I get just classical superhero with Radiant Black. Inferno Go Red is very much a Tokusatsu inspired character.
Yeah, definitely, with the scarf and the form changing and everything. I talked about Inferno Go Red a couple times on the channel. There also was, let's see if I can find it. I believe they put the first chapter up free online. I'm going to try to find that. I thought I had that, but I need to find it. Yeah, here we go. You can read the first chapter of Inferno Go Red for free. I'm also going to link this in the chat here. Welcome. So, Enviro Earth, I imagine you are new, because I haven't seen your name before. Just to recap who we got in the chat. So, it's me. I'm the Soundout. We've also got the Dark Claw 643, the Ryan. Say hi.
I'm the graphic designer. I'm the graphic designer of the channel. I make everything you see on screen besides Soundout himself.
Yeah. And then, we got Fighter Kaus, also known as Jerry.
Yeah, me and Soundout just like to stream together.
Yeah. We stream here on Mondays. We stream on your channel on Tuesdays. Yeah, we have a good time. All right. Should we go to our favorite new returning segment, Strike Updates?
Strike Updates.
Marvel VFX in-house workers have unanimously voted in favoring of unionizing with IATSE in a labor board election. This is the first time a unit of solely VFX workers has unionized with IATSE since VFX was pioneered nearly a half-century ago. So what this means is that we've got VFX people that work at Marvel. So these are not necessarily the Marvel, like the VFX houses that do a lot of the work. These are the people that work on set that are employed by Marvel to visualize and kind of continue stuff with VFX for Marvel to kind of prep things on set. And so they have voted unanimously to join IATSE, which is the International Association of Theater and Stage Employees. And this is basically, it's a union that kind of covers every job that's not covered by another union. So there was that, which is exciting. And then also adding to that, the Walt Disney Pictures VFX staffers have voted in a labor board election, and they should also be joining IATSE as well. So good things still going on. Yes, WGA, the Writers Guild of America, and SAG-AFTRA, the Screen Actors Guild, are still on strike. there was some controversies over the weekend about, and over the last week as well, where some talk shows like the Drew Barrymore Show or Bill Maher or the Jennifer Hudson Show or The Talk, all were going to go back into production without their writers and without bringing out actors to promote things. So it was going to be really weird. But it was also like kind of undercutting the importance of the strike, was that you had people like Drew Barrymore is like, oh, I need to have this show to pay my crew. And people are like, yeah, but you got millions, girl. Just pay your crew. The reality is it likely was the studios and the network saying, you got to come back and do your show or we're not going to have a show. But the backlash was so significant, all of those are not going to be happening. So, as always, bullying corporations works. And I didn't make it a whole news topic because it kind of resolved itself. But I appreciate, Drew Barrymore did like the whole celebrity apology gambit and kind of failed at it with her apology video, because in her apology video, she was like, I'm still going ahead with the show. But she later went back and said, okay, I'm not going to do the show. I'm like, that's the right thing to do. Thank you very much. We don't need to worry about this, but we will remember it in the future. always forgive, but never forget. So that's kind of where we're at with the VFX thing. Whenever you have somebody's apology video get deleted, that's a sign it didn't go well. Now, for those looking for the answer to when will these strikes be over, it depends entirely on the studios. For those unaware, kind of recap, because we've been talking about this for several weeks. The studios have been unwilling to negotiate with the WGA or SAG. They are like, the WGA sent a counter proposal, and then the studios were just like, nope, we're not responding to that, basically. And that's not negotiation. That is just trying to stonewall people and hope that you can outpour them. Because basically the way that the studios have decided to play it was to wait for everybody to be broke and homeless before trying to move ahead with things. And that sucks. So, the California Senate passed a bill to give striking workers access to unemployment insurance, and it is expected to be signed by Governor Gavin Newsom this week. This essentially is basically the people that are on strike for any purpose, not just WGA and SAG. Any worker that's on strike can access unemployment insurance, which is great. And the California Senate passing this, and it should get signed into law this week. I imagine it's going to, based on how Gavin Newsom's talked before. It's not 100%, but this means that people can continue striking for as long as they need to until the corporations that own the studios give in. Which is also why we had the news today. This is fun. We had the news last week that WGA and the AMPTP, who are the Association of Motion Picture and Television Producers, who are negotiating on behalf of the studios, said there was a thing that came out that like WGA and AMPTP were making plans to negotiate again, and has apparently been set for bargaining to begin this week, starting on Wednesday. And WGA says they're going to stay silent until these negotiations are finished. And that's where we're at. They're going back to negotiation. Hopefully it goes well. The writer's strike has to get settled first before the actor's strike. That's just how it goes. But we will see.
That did happen first, certainly.
Yeah,
it did.
They went on strike first.
Question, though.
They get solved first.
How long?
Yes.
Question: how long has it been going?
We are at
Since
136
what,
days.
May?
136 days. It's the
Golly.
second longest writer's strike in history. So, yeah, fun times. But yeah, so that's pretty much it we got on strike updates. Anybody have any questions in the chat? I'm willing to answer because I have been following all this really, really close. Really, really close. And in general, I've just noticing like chatter about celebrity dramas. If it's not related to the showbiz, if it's more the kind of stuff that will like, I'll just say that 70s show related stuff or the Russell Brand stuff. I'm not going to talk about it because I feel like it just doesn't fit our theme of what we discuss here. So there's that. When it gets into people's personal lives, I don't like to cover it. If it involves like somebody scabbing and still pushing it forward with their TV show, then I would cover it. And I was going to cover all the shows that were still going ahead, but they're not. So I'm like, all right, forgiven, but not forgotten. So yeah, you guys got any questions?
Oh no, I think you will describe what we were what we need to say pretty much.
Cool. So, anyways, I think we're good to go. Now, next piece of news. The video game voice actor strike hasn't gotten authorized yet because that vote still goes on, I think, till the end of this month. They have till the end of this month to vote on it, and if it's a high enough percentage, they'll go on strike. If not, they won't. So we'll have to wait on that response, too. Yeah, the thing is, like, I think everybody's a little disgusted by the studios right now. You know, if you're following this in any way and you're not, like, loaded with money, I think you pretty much take the sides of the writers and the actors once you understand how much the studios are essentially screwing them out of what they deserve and how the studios essentially made it nearly impossible now to be able to make a living on writing or acting in Hollywood, which was not the case 10 or 15 years ago. It's really sad. So, yeah, that's just how it goes. Now, there was a news story that I think it came up last week, and I decided I would save it for this week because I wanted to get some clarification. There was news that came out that Disney Plus is going to be releasing a color version of the Marvel Studios special Werewolf by Night, my personal favorite MCU project of all time.
Oh, jeez, I wonder why.
I wonder why. It's not like it's a giant homage to Universal monster movies and also, like, the Marvel characters. Werewolf by Night was terrific. It came out last year. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend it. It was originally presented in black and white, which was to emulate the feeling of the 1930s Universal monster movies, which was the intention of writer, director, composer Michael Giacchino. Adding to that, there was news that came out that it was going to be joining... it was going to be joining Hulu. Like, you can watch it on Hulu now from now until October 31st, which was pretty cool. Now, there was news that there was a color version coming out October 20th. And I was like, okay, now is this a color version where Disney took the original footage they shot and just put it out in color? Or is this something that Michael Giacchino's doing himself? That was going to be kind of my my thing here. So... Michael Giacchino tweeted out, thankfully clarifying exactly what I was hoping. He said, "We spent a lot of time working on this color version. We wanted to pay homage to the incredible vibrant color in horror films like the ones Hammer made. A whole new look for Werewolf by Night." This is exciting because the Hammer films are incredibly violent. They're also violent. Vibrant. And so the thing is it's continuing the tradition of Werewolf by Night being an homage to old monster movies, but this time kind of taking it a step forward to the Hammer movies of the 60s and 70s. And I think that is terrific.
I must say, because
Yeah.
I'm assuming Werewolf by Night used the effect of... It's not like, oh, they shot it in color, but then put a black and white filter. I imagine they did the same techniques where they choose specific colors that will look better in black and white.
Yes.
I imagine, right?
They did. And the thing was that originally Marvel vetoed it being in black and white. Like, they said, no, it has to be in color. Sorry, like... thing is, and Michael Giacchino was like, "No, I'm going to convince you." And what he did was he shot it with the correct, the colors of the costumes and stuff, so that way it would look proper on black and white. So then what he did was he got into post-production and then showed Feige and the executives, like, "Hey, here's how it looks in black and white. Isn't this better?" And they said, "Okay, now we get it. Now you can do black and white."
Yeah, for people who don't know like how black and white films work, it wasn't just simple gray filter. No, like
Nope.
they modify, like they had to specifically choose clothes that contrast, the black and white footage. Because if you wear, like, you can't just wear a black shirt. Or some kind of very dark, like, it'll look horrible.
I had to learn this a lot when I was doing Month of Monsters when I did black and white segments on that. That is
like for example, if you want like quote unquote light gray shirt, you don't wear a light gray shirt. You wear like a pink shirt or something like that.
Yeah, because when you're taking all the color out of it, and so the thing is that this is going to be great because they're going to color tone it correctly as to how it should look and how they want it to look, and that is what I'm happy to see, and I'm really excited to see this. Now, to follow up with, as people mentioned in the chat, Blu-ray, I tweeted this out. Let me go find my tweet, actually, because I think I summed it up pretty good. And I didn't get any response from Giacchino on this, so I'm going to take it as he's not saying anything on purpose. Hold on, I retweeted a lot of Inferno Go Red stuff. Here we go. Okay, so I put in, hoping now that Disney Plus shows coming out on 4K Blu-ray will get a release with Werewolf by Night in both black and white and color, The Director by Night, which was the behind-the-scenes special. Highly recommend checking that out as well if you haven't. And extra bonuses, maybe a commentary track. I would love to see a commentary track. And hopefully it'll be out by next Halloween. And Muteki, Hammer Dracula was Christopher Lee. So if you ever wonder why he's called Count Dooku in Star Wars and he plays a count in Young Indiana Jones, it's because
I have a fun
George
story
Lucas
about
is a nerd.
Christopher Lee and Dracula.
Mhm.
Oh,
I bought blank tape one time back in the early 2000s to record Toonami. And when I put the blank tape in, Hammer Dracula with Christopher Lee was on it.
Oh, that's
It wasn't
cool.
blank. My mom was the one who recognized it. She's like, wait a minute. Oh, that movie. That's the Hammer Dracula.
Yeah, that's amazing. I have not deep dived into Hammer stuff like I should, and it's part of it because it has a Godzilla problem where like they're all licensed from like 3 or 4 different companies, so it's hard to find it.
fun fact
I agree with
about
Walkman
Christopher
of Doom.
Lee.
I want my final season of Clone Wars.
Fun fact about Christopher Lee, people who don't know, do you guys know that he's a metal singer?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he did metal songs. He also killed Nazis in World War II. Great guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was
God
he was
rest
the
his
one
soul.
he was the one that told Peter Jackson, that's not the sound a man makes when you stab him in the back.
Decker Checker, what are the best Ultraman DVDs for Blu-ray for newcomers that have the least amount of grammatical subtitle errors, as well as having a good video quality? Maybe this.
Mebius is good if you're on DVD. Any of the new generation shows are good. So Ginga, Orb, G, Darube, X. Almost forgot X. Those all are great. Those are the best ones, I'd say. Nexus is also good, but I don't recommend Nexus for a newcomer to Ultraman because that is a very different Ultraman show. I love Nexus. I'm almost done showing it to my parents, and they're loving it too. Nexus is great when you've got a few Ultras under your belt. Also, the Showa sets are good, but I don't also recommend those to newer viewers because you have to get really into a 60s kaiju mindset. Yeah, so anyways, I think the Ginga Blu-ray is not the best, but I mean you can watch it and it's not anything's jumping out at you.
It's passable.
It's passable. It's not the best set because it's missing things.
Anything from Milk Crate is leagues better than Cleopatra.
We don't even talk about new Cleopatra Entertainment this week. See, Infinite said, how do you feel about Blade's Howling Commandos in the MCU? I think it's a good idea. I would love to see maybe just like a Monster Squad team-up thing. Like, you could just put Moon Knight, Werewolf by Night, Blade, Man-Thing.
Knight? Was Black
I don't
Knight
need Black Knight. I do not need Game of Thrones curses anymore. I'm so sorry. I apologize, because the thing is, I think I like Kit Harington and Emilia Clarke and all of them from Game of Thrones. If you were in Game of Thrones, I don't want you in the MCU right now. The franchise is freaking cursed at the moment, and you're not helping. Because every time somebody from Game of Thrones goes and does a franchise, that franchise gets cursed. I don't know why that happens. It just does, okay? Emilia Clarke was also in Solo, the best Disney Star Wars movie, and yet that flopped too, so two together, let's just... No more Game of Thrones, people.
Star Trek's like the opposite. It feels like things get a little better when there's a Star Trek member in cast.
Casting Star Trek people does make things better. People are
why
like, why is Daredevil so good? Because Michelle Hurd was there.
Why do you think My Adventures Superman's good? It has a Star Trek main character. It has a Star Trek guy as a Superman.
Oh my god, Jeremy Carr said the guy who played Iron Fist in the Netflix show was in Game of Thrones. No wonder that was the worst one of the shows.
It is.
And it all fell apart after that show came out. There's some music changes on Ginga and Tiga because of licensing. It's licensing rights. But yeah. Anyways, I missed a news story last week. We were talking about Blu-rays last week. And speaking of physical releases of streaming stuff, Netflix's Sandman is getting a 4K and a Blu-ray release from Warner Brothers.
I still need to see this show. I heard great things about it.
It's terrific, and eventually we'll get season 2. They didn't even start filming it. They did announce this for Blu-ray and 4K. I'm getting the 4K, of course, because I'm at this point. If you're offering it to me in 4K, I'm getting it in 4K. I'm at that point. But Yeah, no, Sandman, I thought it was terrific. Great adaptation of the comic by Neil Gaiman. Absolutely loved it. I'm totally going to watch it again when this comes out.
Is it Robert Pattinson, the main character?
No, that's not Robert Pattinson.
Oh,
That's
no,
another moody British boy.
Okay, I got Mr. For some reason people told me that Robert Pattinson was the main character when the Batman was coming out. I got
No,
thanks,
this is what's his
thanks,
name?
people.
Tom Struttage is his name. Yeah, he plays Dream. Also, this guy down here plays the Corinthian. He was in Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and every time he showed up in that movie, I was creeped out. And then he was like, "I'm a Nazi." I'm like, "I'm not surprised." Also, my favorite adaptation of Death. You know, I liked Death in the DC Showcase short they did, but this is my favorite adaptation of Death right here. Gwendolyn Christie just kills it as Lucifer. Like, this show's great.
What?
I love this
The
show.
show was ordered by Netflix or like was paid by Netflix because it's like the only DC thing on Netflix that's like original, right?
Yeah, because Netflix paid for this, they ordered it, and Warner Brothers produced it for Netflix. So
yeah, it's one of these where it's like that was so weird. It's like
it ran into some weird licensing things because we couldn't have John Constantine, but we could get Joanna Constantine. And then none of the DC characters that appeared in the Sandman comic appear here, but they kind of have like pastiches of them.
So that's the caveat, I guess.
Yeah. See, the thing is too is that Andrew has mentioned Goth Death. The thing is, she embodies that character so perfectly. And she also is very goth in the way she dresses, even if she doesn't have kind of the white face paint look of the goth part of it. And I think it's a terrific adaptation of that comic.
I'm not surprised to see.
Oh, and there's bonus features. There's a behind the scenes feature and a World of the Endless feature. Plus, it has Dolby Atmos and an HDR presentation on the 4K, so it's decked out. Love it.
I'm not surprised it's out on Netflix jail because Warner Brothers for crap company they are is pretty decent with home media. So
they're pretty 50-50 nowadays, but yeah, they're pretty decent. The interesting part I found was that when this first went up, it was the studio that was putting it out was not the studio that's putting it out was not listed as Warner Brothers, but some other studio. So I wonder if it's going to be a sub-label thing. Warner Brothers is distributing it, but they had somebody else do the 4K.
Probably because of the whole Netflix thing, I imagine.
Yeah, or it's just Warner Brothers doesn't do TV shows on 4K that often. Because I know they had to outsource their Game of Thrones 4Ks.
I only imagine why Netflix Masters is getting a DVD because that show's owned by Mattel and not Netflix scenario.
Yeah. Infinite says best death is Lady Death from Marvel. You know what? We still need a Marvel Legend of Lady Death from Marvel. I need her to just sit next to Thanos and just look unimpressed at everything he does.
Really, it's so funny that Death's more okay in retail stores, but not the Devil. I always find that funny.
Yep. Also, here's the thing. I will tell you guys too. Muteki, the View's been on the air since the entire strike, and their excuse is weak. But they're we're a news show, not a talk show. It's okay, someone's still writing the topics for you.
There's some scapegoat, but then if that's the case,
yeah, it's kind of a weird scapegoat thing. It seems like everybody involved didn't want to do it, but they got forced into it because of the technicalities. Walkman, yeah, it wasn't listed as Studio Distribution Services either. It was Vinegar something. It wasn't Vinegar Syndrome. It was Venture Studios. That's what it was listed as.
The Venture Brothers.
Yeah, not the Venture Brothers. Deca Striker asked did I like Geets. I loved Geets.
Great.
Will you ace with us?
I will ace with everybody. Also, now, but the thing is, I've been reading One Piece lately, so my brain's just Portuguese stay ace. Sorry, if I start making One Piece references, blame Netflix for the live action One Piece was so damn good. It got me back into One Piece after 15 years.
Yes, it got me into One Piece, and now I'm reading and watching it.
Mm-hmm. So speaking of Ultraman, let me just zoom this out. If you guys have been following, this thing has been delayed 7 times, but there is an Ultra 7 anthology collection coming out, and we didn't know what this was when it was first listed. We were like, what is this? What is the time of this?
I think people thought it was going to be Heisei Ultra 7 or something like that.
Yeah, and we debunked Heisei Ultra 7 because of the... someone's like, no, I don't want to collect the figure arts, but I kind of do. I at least want like Luffy, Sanji, and Zoro, but like they have like those big expensive ones like Yamato and like the other huge dragon dude, and I'm like, I should not want those.
I recommend it. I recommend Anime Heroes. They're like really good figures.
My thought process was
Yeah.
like Anime Heroes, because
I
I saw Anime Heroes Brook, and I don't even know Brook, but I'm already kind of in love with Brook being a skeleton man with a guitar.
Frank, like, the fact they made Frankie like this big behemoth of a man fit
Yeah.
into that box for only $20 is impressive. Honestly,
My problem with Anime Heroes is there's no Nami and Nico. Like,
and
I
here's the
want
thing,
them.
I understand why.
they smell like hotcakes.
No, this is the thing. I understand why maybe they're hesitant because you're literally you'll get those angry like parents complaining at you because essentially since they're all the time skip designs.
I know,
but
like just do the earlier designs so we don't have to worry
well,
about it.
here's the thing. I there is a pre and Bandai like they're out there to do pre and Bandai for Anime Heroes stuff because I think there's a Naruto Sasuke 2-pack only on pre and
Yeah,
Bandai.
that might be the
So-
solution.
So like yeah, I feel like that's the only solution I can think of how they can release it if they because that's the most frustrating thing. They only need to just Robin and Nami to complete the Straw Hats because besides Junpei who was just added, there are the only
Yeah.
two left.
But look at this guy. Look at
You know
Brook, guys. I really want Anime Heroes Brook just because of the design. I haven't gotten far enough to know who Brook is. Look at him. He's so cool. I love Skeleton Guitar Man.
What?
Yeah. Anyways, the thing is too, I kind of want to get at least Figure Arts Luffy, and then
Since he's the budget.
because he's a
Since he's
budget
the
price.
budget
He's like
price.
35, and also because Anime Heroes Luffy seems to only have the downed hat around the neck.
Yeah, you only get the hat. I thought the hair is blocking to get the hat on. I
don't like that. I wish he would wear the hat. And then
Thankfully,
like I don't mind that
thankfully
for
there should
Ace,
be-
but for Luffy, it's kind of weird.
yeah, thankfully the fry scene, the Anime Heroes and figure arts seem to scale pretty well each other, so like you can collect both without looking.
Infinite says Brook is like Prince and MJ as a skeleton pop star.
Well, he's the bard. From what I see, he's the bard of the Straw Hats.
All right, I am 69 chapters deep into One Piece. I am going to be caught up sooner than you guys
nice.
think.
This is this kind of funny thing where it's like One Piece is people like you don't watch it, so you just don't think about it because it's that long. Then you get into it, it's like there's a reason why it's as popular.
Yeah,
Kinda
no,
thing.
like the thing is, I'm never gonna watch the anime, guys. It's not happening. I'm working on my like. It's been like how long since Naruto Shippuden ended, and I got to episode 197 of Shippuden now. I'm making my way through it, but I can tell you this is the thing. There's like 1,000+ chapters of One Piece, but I can read a chapter in 5 to 8 minutes, which is
You
a
don't have
lot
to deal
less
with
than a
anime.
30-minute episode.
Yeah, you don't have to deal with them have to stretch things out for it and make a 22-minute episode.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I kind of am like, maybe get the figure art. Because, yeah, someone mentioned that the hero Zoro has warp sword problem.
He's not bad, but his swords are made out of soft plastic, and he's one of the things as he's not a bad figure, but his is due to the fact that his design hinders his opposability.
I
because
really
of the big
like
skirt.
Sanji and Zoro, so maybe I do want to spring for the figure arts in that. Yeah, I'm not gonna try. I'm not going for the One Piece anime. I'm doing the manga. I'm gonna decide what figures I want later for sure. SSJ4 Jason, I just finished the Shippuden arc. So there was the Pain's Assault, and then they did this like stretch of episodes where it was like, let's do flashbacks while they're rebuilding the village. And I really like that arc, because like this is why I prefer the Naruto anime to the Naruto manga, is because the manga, like Kishimoto is just like bullet pointing that crap like all the time. He's just like, yep, next thing.
He does that a lot. Mhm.
And he's like got this problem where like he introduces all these characters and gives like none of them any spotlight. Because like Ten doesn't even do anything in the manga. She might as well even be there. But then the anime, like, they gave Ten 3 episodes in this one arc, because they're like, we feel bad for her. She deserves something.
Yeah, Naruto's pretty well known for how not great they treat their female characters. The anime at least tries to give them something.
The anime gives them something to do. And so the thing is, I prefer the Naruto as an anime, because it's like, oh my god, look at all the filler. But, like, actually look at the filler. Because so far with Shippuden, like, all the filler arcs have expanded character lore and backstories and rounded out people's characters, and then also added in like these flashback episodes I really enjoyed. It was a nice breather after the drama of pain. And that kind of stuff I really like. It doesn't feel like any of it's padding. It feels like it's world building where Kishimoto sort of failed at world building.
That's what
So
it's
yeah.
very similar to One Piece filler. What my friends tell me is the anime filler is not bad at all because it works because it kind of fits easily with One Piece because the
Yeah.
whole idea is just the frauds traveling from island to island. So like a filler arc doesn't really feel like out of place because
Mhm.
of that how One Piece works. Very noticeable
Um
with Dragon Ball because
yeah,
you can definitely tell what's a Toriyama creation and what's not by Toriyama kind of thing.
that's true. Um the
Wait, I
estate
love we
sale is
got
Tyler the
sidetracked.
Creator's only new project this year. Oh, that's a bummer.
I,
Um
I love we got accidentally sidetracked to talk
we got
about Naruto
sidetracked
and One Piece.
about One Piece. Apologies, it
Every stream.
happens.
That's every stream.
That's every stream. We have to do at least once. I was gonna say, Jeremy Carr, if you're looking to get into a Heisei Beyond, I would check out Mabius because you said you've seen Showa era stuff. So Mabius is like a follow up to the Showa era stuff. That's a good Heisei. Otherwise, Tiga. And then if you want to just jump into the new Jin shows a little shorter, I'd recommend X. X has got a Showa vibe to it.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of Ultraman, here's this Ultra 7 collection because it's not what we thought it was. When we looked at the runtime, we were guessing it was going to be Ultra 7, the series again, plus maybe some stuff like Ultra 7X. It's actually a collection of 55 episodes featuring Ultra 7.
And not just episodes, and movies and specials also, right?
Russian Wanderer, you can always say something. You can always ask something. I don't know if I'm going to answer it, but you can always ask it. Muteki's catching back up. So here we are. So this is going to have 27 hours from Ultra 7, Return of Ultraman, Ace, Taro, Leo, 80 Kids, Neos, Mabius, X, Ginga, Zero, Orb, and more. Trigger you can watch separately from Tiga. Trigger is essentially like a Tiga remake.
Basically, yeah.
So we don't have an episode and specials list for this. I don't know why they listed Kids, because that's not 7. That's a guy that looks like 7 with a different name.
Close enough.
Yeah, so this set's going to be $20, and you get 55 episodes in a 16-page booklet. This feels like the Monster Collections, but for how many times Ultra 7 showed up. So this will probably include the Ultraman Orb movie, because I say this, it'll probably include the Orb movie. There's a screenshot from the Orb movie right here.
Well, there you go.
There you go. There's going to be episodes of Ultra 7X, episodes of Ultra 7. It's going to be weird. I'm going to pick this up though. I'll totally buy this to do a review for you guys.
The box art's beautiful.
Box art is gorgeous. I love it. I also like that this plane is kind of almost the shape of the plane from Ultra 7, but not quite. It's beautiful though. I love the way it looks. It's weird because I do end up buying these collections to do videos, even though I don't need to, because I've already kind of reviewed this stuff. The cool part, too, is that listing things like 80, we get stuff in a little bit higher quality than it is on their individual sets, because those are DVDs.
80s Kids, I'm curious how there's going to be any major... Probably not, but I'm curious if there's going to be any difference.
I imagine it's going to be like when I reviewed the Ultraman vs. Red King set, where it's like, this is better, but it's not like it's revolutionary, So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. Russian Wanderer asks if we can do a Toku Time bingo card for the eventual Discotek livestream. Yes, when they announce one, we'll do that prior to that. So that way we anticipate. Now, speaking of prestige video labels that are not owned by major studios, Criterion Collection is releasing Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. I guess I should have transitioned out of Sandman to this. Another thing escaped Netflix jail. So the thing is that Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio is coming out on 4K and Blu-ray and DVD from Criterion Collection. And it comes in this very beautiful packaging with a pop-up book style with Pinocchio's nose sticking out. And then also a booklet as well. 4K digital master supervised by Guillermo del Toro, Mark Gustafson with Dolby Atmos. 4K movie will be on one disc and then a Blu-ray with bonus features. There will be a new documentary, a new program about directing stop motion, a conversation between Del Toro and a film critic, a new interview on on the Modern Museum of Modern Art's exhibition on the movie, program on the 8 rules of animation that informed the film's production, a panel discussion featuring people that worked on it, moderated by James Cameron, conversation amongst Del Toro, Gustafsson, and author Neil Gaiman. I really should have transitioned this out of Sandman. What the hell? They'd also have English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing and English descriptive audio, plus essays by film critics and authors. Terrific release of this movie. If you want to own it, it's coming out, which is awesome.
I can't wait because I love this movie so much. Yep. It's gonna be like, oh man, I can't wait to rewatch this movie and cry over again when I go watch it.
Now you can watch it in higher resolution than Netflix can provide.
That's gonna be the biggest benefit because that stop motion is gorgeous.
It is absolutely. Muteki says this is what Netflix jail means. Yeah, Netflix jail is a term created for anime release times. Like, oh, it's in Netflix jail. Essentially, it just applies to anything where Netflix is holding a piece of media hostage for any reason.
Yep.
So for me, it's holding back from being physically released. That's kind of my thing. Jeremy Carr says, would be cool if these anthologies Mill Creek releases eventually lead to SD Blu-ray for previous release series on DVD. Yeah, I wish that too, but it doesn't seem like they're getting caught up with the times. Decker Striker says, I want to see this film so bad. I got a question. I know it's practical effects based on stop motion. Was there any CG or CG enhancements done? As far as I know,
CG enhancements too. It's CG enhancements to get rid of like you see visible hands or pulls. It's that kind of CG enhancement where it just they take out stuff that you're not supposed to see, kind of thing.
Yeah, it kind of like it's VFX enhancements similar like Nightmare Before Christmas. They had pulls and manipulators pulled out of it after the fact. It's post-production stuff.
I think even the water was stop motion.
Yeah, I believe
maybe that was CG.
Yeah, that water looked really good though.
Yeah, because I know water is a pain in stop motion, so I'm not sure that was CG or not.
Yeah, Walkman of Doom said Coming and Communicate and Shaman King 2021. Yeah, those are things that are just not getting physical releases. I'm also going to add the term Crunchyroll jail because, like, Crunchyroll keeps streaming shows but not giving them physical discs. Like, how do we not have...
It'll take years for them to come out.
Yeah, like, how do we not have Futopia yet? How do we not have Chainsaw Man? Like, it's been long enough. Where are they?
Yeah. I think before it'll be like with Funimation, it will be like almost like the same year at least after the study.
It'd be like 1 year later at tops, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really strange. All right, so speaking of strange things, Haunted Mansion is coming out on Blu-ray on October 17th because Disney's whole plan of releasing this movie in late July was to release it on digital, Disney Plus, and disc by Halloween.
Oh, they purposely killed it in the box office.
They purposefully killed it at the box office. I love this movie, but I'm also a big Haunted Mansion nerd. I don't know how this movie plays to anybody that's not a huge Haunted Mansion nerd. So, yeah, mileage may vary, I guess. As I told people, this was the movie for me, like how the Mario movie was for the Mario fans. You could ignore all the problems with the movie because you were so excited to see the source material represented so well.
I still can't believe they decided to release this movie in July.
I wanted to see this in October. There was too many movies in July. Coming out a week after Barbie was a dumb idea.
That's just suicide, pretty much.
And the box office has nothing going on right now. This would have killed if it came out like this weekend.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything. Is there anything in October? I know there's October for video
Haunting
games.
of Venice just came out, and then there was supposed to be like Craven in October and stuff, but a bunch of stuff got delayed. So
did Craven get delayed?
Craven got delayed till next August.
Oh, okay. I
didn't hear. Here's the thing too: movies shouldn't release anything in October because video games are putting out like 25 games in October, so there's not like there's time. Anyways, I'll be excited to get this. There is going to be a 4K. Now, the interesting part is with Elemental and with Little Mermaid, the 4Ks were only available in your Blu-ray, your Best Buy Steelbooks, your Walmart special editions with booklets, and your Disney Movie Club exclusives. This time, it didn't mention the 4K being exclusive to retailers, so that is a sign that Disney's going back to releasing 4Ks at retail like they should. Doing 4Ks as store exclusives only was stupid. So there's that. Yeah, I found this to be better than the Eddie Murphy one because Haunted Mansion humor in the ride and in the lore of Haunted Mansion is not slapstick humor. It's dark comedy. It's supposed to be.
For people who don't know, the Haunted Mansion ride is actually pretty dark.
It is. The ride starts with you getting into a stretching room, and they have you look at the ceiling as a guy hangs himself. But the thing is that the Haunted Mansion is terrifying you while also winking at you the whole time to make sure you know you're having a good time.
Look up the backstory of the main antagonist of the Haunted Mansion ride. It's pretty dark for
yes,
Disney.
It is. It's the darkest thing Disney does. And I think that's what I loved about this was that it was like, oh no, we're doing spooky stuff, but we're also winking at you the whole time, and that works for me because that's the tone of the mansion. So I recommend checking it out. I definitely recommend it. There's going to be a whole 23 minutes of bonus features and a gag reel, so usual Disney stuff.
That's
but
great. I mean, that's honestly, it's surprising that has that much.
Surprising it has anything, yeah.
Yeah, I would say it's right. They didn't do the Disney Plus thing, but then again, they really did not care about this movie, so they really just dump it out.
It does have a bonus feature about Easter eggs, and I look forward to that because there was a lot of stuff I kind of caught. If you love the Haunted Mansion like lore, like they delve into again, unlike the Eddie Murphy movie, it really felt like it respected the ride. They explain why there's two different, like why the Disneyland Haunted Mansion looks different from the Disney World Haunted Mansion. That's explained in lore in the movie, and I love it. They use the facades of both in the movie. It's terrific.
You know, one thing I kind of forgot. Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, totally Disney can make that because they're making a Goosebumps thing for Disney Plus. And I'm like,
yes.
Wait, what? Yeah, right. They got that
Fox.
from Fox.
Yep. Muppets Haunted Mansion is still the best Haunted Mansion movie because it's got the Muppets in it. Okay, that's the only thing this movie's lacking is Muppets.
Look, anything's better with the Muppets. That just has to be fair.
Yeah. Anytime you have a movie, it's like, is this movie going to do well? No, add Muppets. Is this ride going to be good? No, add Muppets. Deca Striker, I talked about the Disney pulling out of Australia thing a few weeks ago. It's a real bummer, and they just are dumb to be doing
I think that was like months. That was like months ago.
A couple months ago. Yeah, it's stupid of them doing that. Infinite, yeah, I'm a Haunted Mansion. I love Phantom Manor. I've never gotten to ride it, but I like Phantom Manor. But I love Haunted Mansion. It terrified me the first time I rode Haunted Mansion as a kid. Absolutely scared the crap out of me, but I love it now. So enjoy scaring your kids. It's gonna raise them to enjoy stuff later.
It's funny because there's a really good video done by the YouTuber Animat talking about Bob Chapek and his run as Disney president, and like, man, some of the stuff that he described, what he did introduce her to the Disney parks, like that sounds horrible.
Oh, there was a reason we called him Bob Chapek in the theme park community for like 10 years.
Yeah, because did you have experience? What was it? The app? Was it the Owl? Like the Fast Owl? Like what was the thing they replaced the
Fast Pass getting replaced by Genie Plus?
Yeah, what was like? Do you remember? Do you experience that?
I have never experienced Genie Plus because I've never had to. I avoid it like the plague because it's the thing that ruined the parks. Defunctland has a whole video about Fast Pass and how it helped the parks but also ruined it, and then how Genie Plus makes everything worse. It's like an hour and a half. You'll learn so much.
It's a great document. Yeah, it's a great
documentary. The thing is that I haven't experienced it Genie Plus because every time I've gone to the Disney parks lately, I brought somebody that is disabled, and so we get Disability Pass instead for our group, which is so much better than Genie Plus. Going back to the old adage, the best way to enjoy Disneyland is if you're disabled, which is stupid, but essentially like their actual return time system for like people who can't stand for long periods of time in the queues, like it actually gives you a time, and the time is like relatively, it's like relative to the wait time, and then you come back and they bring you in, and it's really well done and really great. The approval process is a little bit annoying, but honestly, that's the thing about Disney is they need to work on accessibility for everybody because their parks are overcrowded, they don't have enough capacity, and they keep trying to monetize going through lines. And the problem is, to give you the summary, is that if you have a line here that's your standby guests, and you have a line here that is people that paid to get a fast pass, those have to go into the same line to join the ride, which means every time you let people in from one line, it means less people can come in from this line. So then this line backs up like all the way, and then this line can kind of go in, but then they have to kind of even it out. It's too much. Peacemaker says that engineering the park sim is a real threat or a real treat. Yeah, no, that the whole Defunct Land video on Fast Pass, highly recommended if you want to know how theme park lines work. I also appreciate the extra names for Bob Chapek here. Russian Wanderer, I will do a video on cover art at some point in some way. Okay.
What was that one Star Wars hotel that was like we could stay
the
like
Galactic
42
Star
hours?
Cruiser that was $5,000 and you were locked into a building for 48 hours.
48 hours.
I could do a whole theme park podcast once a month, guys. I really could. I love theme park stuff. Someone says, so what you're saying is force someone who can't run away to come with you to Disneyland easy enough. Yeah, I mean, also the thing is like, if you have like back problems and can't stand for long periods of time, you tell them, and then you can get you have to fill out forms for it. If you go to Universal Hollywood though, and you're like, I can't stand for long periods of time because I have a back problem or my leg, I have a knee dislocated. It's something, any kind of physical, problem that you have that prevents you from standing in line. Universal will be like, okay, here you go, and they hand you a card to get Express Pass, which is their way of accommodating you because they don't want you standing in line and hurting yourself just to ride a ride. So I think theme parks are very accommodating to, and it's not just like, oh, you have to have a cane or a walker to get a pass. Like, you just have to describe your physical issue to them, and they're pretty good about it most days. So yeah, stuff catches fire too. Is at Disney is the summary of, oh my god, the poor dragon. Let's see. Aquaman 2. I think is going to flop like a dead fish in water.
Which sucks because, oh man, that trailer, that got me so hyped because that movie looks so good.
That trailer got me going. I'm going to go watch it.
I love all the Black Manta versus Aqua Baby memes from it. It's like, what's Archer gonna lose in this movie? The baby, the kingdom, his wife. What's he gonna lose?
They have so many panels from Death of a Prince, and I'm like, oh my god, please. Could you imagine? Could you imagine the reaction if they actually actually drowned the baby? Aquaman Lost Kingdom is going to be a really interesting movie. But Russian Wanderer, I did hear about the Johnny Associates news. We already hated them because of how they keep blocking stuff related to Tiga. Now we can hate them for being a really terrible company too. So
just bad people.
Yep. Yeah, if you guys don't know about Aquaman history, go look up Death of a Prince. It came out in like the late 70s, so it was even before DC's Dark Era. Anyways, speaking of, I think Muteki mentioned the Haunted Mansion PS2 game. I don't have a PS2, so...
I remember that game. That was like a Luigi's Mansion-like game.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Haunted Mansion.
Mm-hmm. Someone's comments are great today. All right. Now, if you're a fan of the movie series Clerks, I have to move on. I can't recall. I can't recover from this. Clerks is getting a 3-movie box set in a 3D replica of their video grocery store place, and it's being released by Lionsgate. So, Miramax doesn't own the first 2 movies anymore.
Huzzah!
That's a good sign for anything getting out of Miramax's vault. Pokemon and Godzilla next, please. Or I think we already got confirmation Biollante escaped. I think Biollante escaped Miramax's prison. Can the Pokemon escape next is the question.
I imagine that one might be tougher because how big Pokemon is.
Yeah, Miramax like we want all that money that we never use. Anyways, this is great. This is coming out November 7th. It's retailing for $130, I imagine, because big old box.
It looks like it could be a good figure display depending on how big it is.
It could be. It looks pretty large. Like they have a thick case slotted into it, so yeah, it should be pretty big. I don't have any attachment to these movies. I know of them, but it is Blu-ray, not 4K. But yeah.
There's also a joke about Miramax, and Jane's all about Strike Back. I love where there's a drug dealer, and Jay is like saying, "Hey, can you tell me where I can find Miramax?" And the drug dealer says, "You want me to tell you where you can find Miramax? Miramax does Miramax is the reason I'm in business. That there's 70% of my customers.
That's terrific. Oh my god. That's hilarious. I had a feeling I knew where that joke was going, Miramax. That's amazing. Because I hate Miramax.
They're all high.
I wish Miramax was dead. I just don't like that company.
Can we get rid of this so we can save the Bionicle movies to get released again by Lego?
Maybe. Let's see. The cropped movies from Miramax. I want those movies free and get over to Viz. 4Kids was thinking about money because Warner Brothers dropped them and they're like, "Who's next?" And Miramax was like, "We'll pay." TMNT show's getting Blu-ray. I don't know. I hope Rise does because that's modern.
That's an show. I mean, 20 Jump should have got a Blu-ray, but nope.
This is some late breaking news. We don't have details, but Warner Archive Collection is releasing Looney Tunes Collector's Choice Volume 2. Volume 1 had a bunch of really rare stuff on it, so I imagine this is more of the same. It's listed as having 25 cartoons, but no word what those cartoons will be, but I will be buying because...
Do any of those collectors have any of the quote-unquote band 12, I think?
There was, I think, 3 of the band ones. The band, the what was it? I forgot what they were called. Yeah, the band 12. 3 of them were on the first one, so I imagine there's some more on this one.
Oh, that's nice. That's actually really nice.
The first one had some band ones, and it had a bunch that were on Laserdisc, but never anything else. This one, I imagine, will follow that same format.
Didn't Whoopi Goldberg do like a before this program started kind of like warning?
That was back during their Tom and Jerry release.
The Tom and Jerry. Okay. Did they? I was saying
they also,
the band ones had to have some kind of warning.
They have a warning to them. Yeah, they do have a warning to them. But anyways, Looney Tunes, it's cool. I do think we should be getting a lot more. I wish they'd do chronological sets for Looney Tunes and Disney shorts and all that, but that just doesn't seem to be happening, so we're just going to pick up the scraps as we do it. Russian Wander, we will cover the Ultraman stuff when New York Comic Con happens. I can be a little upset at Warner Brothers disc output because I'm still waiting on Young Justice Phantoms.
Yep.
And Stargirl Season 3 only being DVD was stupid.
Young Justice been, what, 2 years now? Or
it's been almost 2 years, I think. Or is it? It's been exactly 1 year, but we have heard no word about it. And they got Harley Quinn on Season 3 on Blu-ray faster, and that aired after. So, one more Young Justice Phantoms. I want to finish my damn show. And also, please, oh my god, upload Doom Patrol to Max. I'm literally not subbing to Max until they put Doom Patrol up. I'm frustrated as all heck. All right, Hasbro PulseCon is Friday, and now we come to the main subject of the thing. So, here's the thing. Hasbro PulseCon's happening. My brain shut down. Help me what we're doing. Hasbro PulseCon.
Yeah, PulseCon is this weekend? Or what?
It is this Friday, September 22nd at 11 a.m. Eastern. It will end at 4 p.m. Eastern. It is a 5-hour event. There are going to be pre-orders going up at 5 p.m. Eastern. For early access will be at 4 p.m. Eastern. All access will be at 5 p.m. Eastern for pre-orders. So that is going to be a nice little 5-hour thing. It will have Transformers, G.I. Joe, Dungeons & Dragons, Power Rangers, Magic the Gathering, as well as Star Wars and Marvel. So here's the thing, too, is there will be some exclusives. The exclusives announced include the Marvel Legends Detroit Steel that we saw back at SDCC.
Firemonger repaint, remold.
That's neat. The $150 Starkiller box set for Force Unleashed. They can't bother to give them thigh swivels.
Yep, the character that's well known for doing action.
Yep. Transformers will be getting that Power Links Hot Shots and Jolt.
I need that. That's like the one.
I'm going for that too. The G.I. Joe Crimson, the Crimson Strike team, including Baroness, Zamax, and Tomat in Crimson colors. And then they did say, and I'll read the part from the press release, because this is the dumbest words I've ever had to read. Also tune in during the show for a reveal of the Power Rangers PulseCon exclusive product. LOJK, it's the Omega Rangers, because In Demand Toys said Pulse exclusive. Very likely not available to independent.
I don't know why that one is trying to be hidden.
I don't know why they're trying to hide the thing we've known about for 4 months.
Yeah, not including because it got leaked, but like why is that one
Why
being
hide
like
it?
hush hush?
They didn't show it at
Yeah.
Comic-Con like they showed the other things. By the way, they do come with all their weapons and they have effect parts and stuff, but no heads. I don't care. I don't mind that. I don't need the heads. There it is. So like this is going up Friday. I'm 100% certain this is the exclusive. It just makes sense. It follows the trend. It follows the packaging style. They're exclusive because they don't feel like they can sell them at retail, even though I think these guys are more popular than like Lightspeed Rescue. But that's besides the point. Lightning Collection is rough, guys.
So this also kind of goes to the question of what's the like because I think people thought it was the Master Morpher was going to be the
So we
PulseCon
don't know what's
exclusive?
going on with the Master Morpher that is currently available to be purchased in Australian stores, and Hasbro said no word about it because they suck at this.
Wait, so it's not even like Malaysia, it's Australia.
Australia. Yeah, Australia you can buy it. But
so it's not even the classical Malaysia. Okay, wow, that's very because at least that's kind of worse honestly because that's more of a that at least makes at least with Singapore that like you kind of go like because that's where the China factory is. That's why they get released early there, not Australia.
Yep. So I hope we hear about the Master Morpher. I hope we'll get these will be announced. If this isn't the PulseCon exclusive, you'll find out from me. I will tell you guys if I'm wrong. But the Master Morpher, I think, is going to maybe not be Pulse exclusive. It's just going to be a wide release or something. We'll see. Maybe fan channel.
Probably fan channel.
I'm excited for the Omega Rangers, though. Super stoked for them. Okay, so, coming back to this. Here comes the ultimate viewer choice question. Would you guys like to see me stream a reaction to this entire event? I'm trying to close my window. There you go. I will put this to a poll, but I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts. Let's see. Stream
do you want
full
would it be like a
PulseCon reaction? Yes
Here's
or
the
no?
thing. Would that be a preview? Would that be like a private thing like us right now and our call? Or would that be an open watch party like in our Discord?
That I don't know, because if we're going to stream it here, it may be a little chaotic to do an open Discord call. But that might be fun too. Yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts. Like, what do you guys want to do? We could do it. Like, tell me what you think. Because this will be in place of Friday's normal video. There won't be a video as well on Friday. It'll just be this reaction stream. It's 5 hours. I will stream it. I'll sit here and watch it. I don't know if I'm going to stream their video portion to the screen because that's going to drain. It's going to,
also,
copyright stuff may be a problem. B, it might be, it might drain my computer trying to stream that part of it. But we could have it set up where like you guys watch it on your screen and you also have the reaction pulled up next to it or something like that. Yeah, we talk about it. Like the thing is, I don't necessarily want to stream for 5 hours, but if they stick Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering at the end, I'll just cut it early. I'll just be like, oh, Marvel's done, and then we're done. But like since I cover Marvel, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Power Rangers, even Star Wars, I will talk about all. I'll watch all 5 of those. So let me know what you guys want, because like I'm willing to do it if people are interested.
I'll be there. I'm not sure about cows, but I'll be there because I'll be awake at that time.
Well, maybe if I'm up. Oh.
Yeah. It's gonna be early. For those wondering, Pacific time. Pacific time starts at 8 a.m. Pacific, ends at 1 p.m. Pacific.
11. It starts
11 Eastern, ends at 4 Eastern. So. Infinite, have you had any older figure arts randomly break despite not touching them for a while? Yeah, some of the like 2010, 2012 to 2012 ones. To 2014, that whole era is really rough. I haven't solidified on a video for Friday, so this is like, if this, depending on how this poll goes and how you guys think about it, we'll decide if I'm doing a video or if I'm doing a stream.
Either way, you guys are getting content.
You guys are getting content either way. You're getting more content if I do the stream than if I just do a video. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, too, is like, as much as I'm confident the Omegas are a PulseCon, they could be retail. That's an option. We'll see what they tell us, They haven't told us. So I don't think they'll be straight retail, but because they're in the closed box. No, that's not
I think
words.
personally, I think I prefer to Omega being retail, Consus than Master Morpher, because I don't know, that feels kind of scummy.
Master Morpher feels like it needs to be as available to everybody.
Because you make the last recordings of JDF a Consus, that kind of feels kind of scummy.
It is not the guy from Holes Hosting. It's going to be Dan Larson and Thu Adams.
Good people.
Good people who know their toy stuff. Happy for them. Ooh, top 10 desired Naruto figures. I'm going to put that down on my video ideas list because that'll be good for a video later. Let's see. Top 10 ideas. I've been trying to farm ideas because I've been a little spent. I think ever since I finished that Star Trek guide, my brain's just been
fried.
Fried. Desired Naruto SHF. Yeah. So I'm this is us polling because it's tricky.
Would the rules be they had to pretty much anybody? Would the rules be like pre Shippuden? Would it be like for that list? Would it be like had specifically? Here's such a for Shippuden era one, and then a specific era for non Shippuden, like pre Shippuden.
I guess I would. I guess I'd split it up.
Yeah, because that means you could easily just do doubles for all of them, but I don't think it'll do every single.
Or I could just be like, here's who I want, and here's which costume I want for them. That kind of thing. I know with Shippuden, like they have the tendency they can make everybody in like the green vests, and I'm like, I don't want everybody in the green vests.
I mean, you want to throw a caveat to make it harder. You have to pick a character. You have to pick forms and characters that does not have an anime hero. So you can't pick like Gaara because he already has an anime hero. So we have like an action figure of him already. So like you have to pick who you want to be a little more challenging. You have to pick characters that have not have a figure.
Yeah, totally. JoJo Star, I'd have to do top 10 favorite Power Rangers characters that aren't Rangers because I already ranked the Rangers. Since I ranked all the Rangers last month.
Go watch our 3-hour live stream.
This is a 3-hour live stream if you want to know my top 10 Rangers of all time.
And 3 of them are TJs.
Yes. All right, I'm going to leave the poll up for a bit. We're going to move on to some news topics. If you guys have any ideas, shout them out. If you guys,
I mean, another poll we can do if this one's finished, we can do a poll of do you want it to be a open call for our Discord?
Yeah, my only concern with an open call is it just gets too chaotic. If we're going to stream.
I haven't done it yet in mine, even though I want
to. What could possibly go wrong?
Unless you make it only you can speak and they can just listen.
Muteki, we're not polling if I'm going to get the Garo sword unless it's available cheaper. I can't spend $350 on it.
I mean, we're not going to talk.
I cut the Garo sword segment because I'm kind of mad about the price.
I know, but God, that thing's so I want it.
They revealed for those unaware, they revealed the full size Garo sword, and the cheapest I can find one right now on a pre-order is $350, and it retails for $230. So I'm like, that's a lot of upcharge.
Wait, it's so good. It's I know it's God, I hate the price. Not because I don't think it probably the price kind of makes sense because it's a giant sword with a lot of prongs, but I want it, but I can't afford it. Kind of scenario.
Yeah. Ranking Ultraman captains is a good one too. I'm gonna put that one down. Let's see. Rank Ultraman captains. I am writing your guys' names down so I don't forget who gave me these ideas. No, don't autocorrect Andreas to androids. Let's see. Don John Ranger Power asks, you considered hosting a Power Rangers Cosmic Fury watch party? Have considered it, yes.
Yeah. I already have plans for that, but if Santa wants to, I'm probably gonna still host it, but if Santa wants to join out for that, then
I might join because I'm not watching it with my parents. It's not current Power Rangers isn't good enough to make it a family activity.
I mean, honestly, yeah.
I want to watch it as quick as possible so that the fandom doesn't spoil it.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. As soon we had the plan about time we want to do that, but I already have plans of doing that already. I know discussion. I know Hellfire was talking with me about maybe do a watch party for Dino Fury in general because for people who are not caught up, but like that's up. I mean, that's gonna be a separate poll discussion.
Yeah.
Poll discussion. But yeah, no, I watch party for Katakuri in the Discord is already like it's been planned since
It's been penciled in.
It's
We just need to figure out
been
what time and
penciled in
all that.
since it. Yeah, it's been penciled in since the review, the release date was out.
Yeah, I think that would be good. Could they do a CSG Zombies breaker? Probably. I imagine that.
Also probably be more healthier being in the Discord than try to talk with other people than the Twitter.
Yeah, definitely. I think the Discord's definitely fun to do that stuff in. Yeah, I think. So I think that's about. I don't know. Do you guys got any other thoughts on streaming Friday? It's looking like a 92%. I wanted to leave it up for 10 minutes at least. You want to talk about Power Ranger stuff for a moment?
Sure.
Bulk and Skull finally got articulated action figures.
Oh
guys.
yeah. The best news out of the Power Rangers fandom is Bulk and Skull.
Yeah,
let
me zoom this in here. So Super
which
7.
I guess.
Super.
Oh, okay.
Super 7's doing a Hail Mary. For those unaware, they had to cancel their Tiger Zord and Madame Woe figures because they didn't sell well enough. They couldn't meet their minimum order quantity.
Yeah. I thought it was my end for a second, but yeah, no, it's. Uh-oh.
Are we back?
Stream die?
I think you're back.
Did it die?
The she's back. The she's
okay,
back.
All right.
Yeah.
So we got a black and gold Megazord. Those always sell. Tommy always sells. Now he's in Go Away Green.
He's in radiation mint green flavor.
And then Bulk and Skull.
Does look like
Yeah, he's in glow in the dark colors.
He looks like a TGRI canister. Yeah.
He does. Yes. Bulk and Skull. Everybody always says online, Bulk and Skull. If someone makes Bulk and Skull, we'll buy them. Right? They're always like, make Bulk and Skull. Make
put your
Bulk
money
and
where
Skull.
your mouth is. Then
exactly. It's time to put your money where your mouths have been. Which when I say it like that, it sounds really bad. But if you want to order them from Super 7 Direct, pay up front, not worry about when they come out. You can do that. If you want to order them from Big Bad Entertainment Earth or all them, you can do that too, and they'll charge you when they come out. Probably in a year and a half at the earliest, because they have to be produced. So, if you order all 4 of these figures from Super 7, you get this random pack of accessories.
Someone said we got the Z crystal, the green candle, and what's the third
It looks
one?
like a weird Bulk and Skull nose thing. I personally am just gonna go. I'm not gonna get this Megazord, but it looks pretty. I mean, look at it. It's pretty.
Really? Because I think it's based off the Hasbro 6-inch black and gold design.
It is a little bit. Then we've got Go Away Green because he's like losing his powers or whatever.
Good old minty radiation green, Tommy.
And then these guys. Look at them. I love them. I can't wait. I ordered my Bulk and Skull. There he is holding the pig snout thing for whatever that is for. I ordered these 2 because how could I not? I've also been one of those people like they should make Bulk and Skull. So money where mouth is.
Yeah, he's our first Hyperforce Yellow figure.
It's the closest thing I'm getting to a Hyperforce Yellow figure. So yeah, this is big news. Do a poll on if people want a candle. I'm not buying the set to get the candles. That answers the question for me, at least. We could do a poll if you guys want. Poll for candle? I need someone else to say yes to poll for candle before I poll for the candle.
I think we should do the poll of how you wanted if for the PulseCon you want to make that open or not.
Let's see. I don't know, because I don't want to commit to that. Not that I don't trust my audience's opinions, but let's see, where are we at? Yeah, I think everybody's voted. I'm going to close the poll. Looks like we're doing a stream. That'll be fun.
Hey, less work for you then.
It is less work for me than doing a video, if being honest. They do look a little funky too because they are these are CG renders. You know, I think the likeness looks fine though. You know, they look good. I don't have a problem with them. I think it's Bulk's expressions, like doing that expression. Anybody they do come with alternate heads, so they have like their hat versions of these looks, which is pretty cool.
You know what I wish they came with?
What's that?
I wish they come with a giant can opener when they try to open Rita's dumpster.
That'd be cool. Yeah, that would have been cool. I mean, there's just a limit. I imagine they could maybe do like that. I don't know if they could do an accessory pack. I hope this goes well, because if this doesn't, we're never seeing Super 7 Mighty Morphin figures anymore.
Again.
This is it. Bulk was wearing some weird hat.
He had multiple weird hats in season 1.
Yeah, they always put Bulk in weird hats. Yeah, I don't know. You guys got any thoughts on Bulk and Skull here? Because I think they're great.
I mean, they look great.
I'm in. I'm totally getting them. I will wait for them to come out. They look terrific. All right, we ready to roll through some other toy news?
Yep.
Cool. All right, we're going for it. Following up on the spandex-clad Super Peoples, we have some Jetso in the Sky. Shoto Super Jetman is officially happening, which is the last Shoto Super set to catch up to the Super Mini Pla Mecha releases.
Yeah, because they've done Live Man, they've done Mega Ranger, they've done Zoo Ranger, they've done Go. Well, tell you, wait, no, they did Gokai, but there's no Super Mini Pla Gokai
right
yet.
So Shoto Super has now done everything Super Mini Pla has done, even though Super Mini Pla hasn't done everything Shoto Super's done. But that means the next thing is going to be probably something new and unexpected completely. But of course we got Red Hawk, Black Condor, Yellow Owl, who has unique parts to make him a little thicker, White Swan, and Blue Swallow. Forgot what her thing was there for a moment. Muteki, we were talking about Shoto Super to Super Mini Pla. Don Brothers Mecha only came out in Mini Pla, and they did Yudo Don Brothers. So those are kind of like the correlating lines. These are like the collector lines for us old people that remember Jetman. They did do Go-Go 5, yes. And it also comes with the car that turns into a cannon, but as you can see, the car is not big enough to hold Red Hawk, but that's just so that way it's the proper size for the cannon. But this set goes incredibly hard. Look at those accessories. And also, as a reminder, all those accessories you see, like the wing breakers and the breaker swords and the blasters and all that, you get 2 sets of all that for all of them. And I think 2 sets of hands. I think you get all those hands for everybody, too, or something. They're just like, we only show 1 set, because that's almost too redundant.
Yeah.
Anyways, I love my Live Man set. This looks terrific. I kind of wish I committed myself to this instead of Lightning Collection, if I'm being totally honest. But
with Super
I also
Show,
get frustrated with stickers, so.
Yeah, that's the thing. Super Show, you get the trade-off. You had to deal with stickers.
Yeah, they did get a car cannon, even though they're not a car season. Yes, they have bird stuff, but they're like, car cannon. Then we're going to repeat this car. This car, I don't think Sentai used it as much as Power Rangers. This car ended up over at Power Rangers to be the Silver Ranger's buggy and then Viper's car. Like, it's the same car. Just got passed around. Yeah.
Wait, so like, it's the same prop, or is it one that happened to use the same vehicle?
I don't know if it's they happen to use the same vehicle, or if Toei was like, we don't want this car anymore. You want it, Power Rangers? And they're like, sure. And then that's how they used it. Because the toy wise, the toy's a little different, because the Silver Ranger thing doesn't turn into a cannon, but it's a very similar design and mold. Yeah, the Vipari. This is the same. It's either the same type of vehicle or the exact same vehicle. I don't think there's ever been confirmation on that.
It's not like
It's not like how we know that Tankenstein, the Rescue Rover, and the Ninja Turtles Next Mutation Humvee are all the same Humvee. Like, Saban bought one Humvee and used it for 3 things.
and why had to be
They
shipped
bought
to
it for
Canada?
Ninja Turtles and then shipped it from Canada to Los Angeles to use for Power Rangers.
That reminds. I don't know why. I saw you on topic, but somewhere it's like that reminds me of. Did Mystic Force use a lot of Mystic Knight toys for their toy line?
Yes, it did. It totally did. Cool. All right. Anybody got any thoughts on this before we?
I mean, again, Super Show is a great line. You know, if I had money, I would collect it for the set the teams I like, because you're getting the complete package with these. Like, and I like putting stickers on my figures because it's good. Like, I'm bored, I need to do something, watching a movie or something like that. So like they're good, like, hobby kind of thing. Because I actually like putting stickers on my ball kits, as long as they're not like make my hair rip out kind of stickers.
I have this thing of, oh my god, the stream. Come on, catch back up. I have this thing of, like, I haven't finished stickering my Shoto Chronicle Ryuki stuff I've had for like 8 months, because it's just exhausting sometimes.
Yeah, no, it's like it really depends
Yeah.
on the kit and the stickers because some like the
Shoto
the
Super have
Monorail,
less than others. Like Soto Chronicle. Oh god, there's too many stickers.
like surprisingly the Monoroy Dynazenon model kit stickers were like surprisingly relaxing to put on.
Hmm.
Maybe because they're very big stickers, also like high quality stickers, like not like the kind of pale, but they're like matte finish, so like they
Yeah.
feel nice.
Yeah, like I didn't mind the stickers on Shine Greymon because they had like a nice flow to them as you build it, and they weren't too tiny. Anyways, that's that. In the world of premium Bandai Tokusatsu goods, oh my god, I've copied this link 4 times and it keeps reverting back. For some reason, even though I copied the Figsoku link for this next topic, it keeps loading the tweet, even though I got the direct link, and I'm just like, what? All right. If you've been wondering what's going on with the Ultra Replica X Divisor from Ultraman X and its card set, here it is. We finally got word on card set 1, which contains 20 cards as well as the silver plates to transform your Ultra Replica X Divisor into the general Geo use version.
Yeah, no, it's plates. I think I got
It
confused.
looks
With
like
whole
the
another
thing
unit
is
now.
they put the product image. Oh my god, the stream. The product image shows the plates on the X Divisor, but it's just plates. It's not the whole thing. So, just for context, I gotta mention the OBS. You want to stream for me?
Oh god.
Okay. Every time I switch to screen share, OBS just wants to die. We are not streaming the video part on Friday. It will just be reactions of us like this, okay? Because OBS doesn't want to play. Okay, so this X Divisor, this is what everybody else in Geo uses. That's an XIO, not a ZI-O. For you Tokusatsu fans, because the stuff gets mixed up. Anyway, so it's cool, but it does come with 20 cards, including the proper Ultraman Nexus Junus card, which they never made before because they made. And
yeah, because what was it? The prop was different from the toy.
Yep.
Picture, right?
Exactly. Hellfire did a whole thing on Twitter about this. This is the actual accurate one. It also has stuff like Ultraman Trigger and Father of Ultra, and Blazar. Because
yeah, but can't wait for the monkey noises. The monkey noises.
Yep, and then it shows how you take this and you make this with the things included. So the cards include Ultraman X, Ultraman Nexus, Cyber King Joe, Cyber something, Cyber Red King, Ultra Mother, Ultra Father, Mabius, Ikari, Zero, Ginga, Victory Orb, Jeed, Trigger, Trigger Dark, Decker, Blazar, Reboot, Regulos. There has to be a card set too because they labeled this as number 1, and this is missing. We're still missing the Ultraman Tiga and Exceed X cards for some reason. JoJo Star, it is lagging. You might want to refresh. We've been having issues as usual.
I'm very curious if these will work an orb ring.
These they use NFC chips, so maybe.
Yeah, maybe if I get those sounds, like we couldn't get an orb ring.
Maybe. So yeah, no Cyber Dark Zagi. I thought I did mention Ultra Mother. Anyways, Ultra Mother's here. No Cyber Dark Zagi. There's some other kaiju cards that are missing. There is Zet, Taiga, Titus Fuma, Raso, Blue, Grigio. If Trigger Dark's here, all of them will have to be there. So I think the next set will have them. It'll probably have Exceed X to kind of... Because the thing is, the draw for this set, besides just cards, is the silver plates. The draw for the next set's probably going to be Exceed X and the Beta Spark armor components. And then probably more cards, maybe the Ultra Brothers or something. I don't know. I can't do this, guys. I went through the whole Orb experience. I wanted to see what card set 1 was like before deciding if I want to do the X experience. I don't think I have the energy anymore. I love Ultraman after doing Dimension cards. I bought the Dimension card set after doing the Orb Fusion cards. I'm a little spent, just mentally and fiscally, for Ultraman card stuff.
You know what's a tier list we should do one day? A tier list of Tokusatsu gimmick items.
We could do that. That would be fun. I'll put that
because
on the
here, man, I have the Sentai side. I have some. I don't want to say. I hate using the word hot takes.
I
but
have
like,
thoughts.
Man, yeah.
Yeah. Someone, I want to see that picture of Big the Cat and your cat when you get Discord. All right. Well, speaking of gimmicks, if you're looking for some Bandai roleplay toys, their Narakiri World page is now open on P Bandai US, where you can get the Gotchard driver, the Gotchard holder set, which are on pre-order. They also have in stock the Beat Raised buckle, the Gaim Lockseed set, the Yggdrasil set, the CSM Typhoon 50th Memorial Edition, still $500, way too much expensive. Century King Moon Driver, Henshin Belt, Deluxe Kabuto Sector, Legend Rider Series, Legend Rider V buckle, Desire Driver, Propeller and Drill buckle, Chain Array and Claw, Ninja, Fever Slot, Zombie Breaker, Raising Sword Kamin Tan buckle, Surprise Mission Box 1, Surprise Mission Box 2, and the Monster Raise buckle are all available on Premium Bandai.
And a partridge with a pear tree.
Thank you. This also rotates between two images of Narakiri World's logo or Narakiri World's logo. This is a good way to get stuff.
So this is just the official Kamen Rider store.
So far, it's just Kamen Rider. The description says, Narakiri Shop offers high-end roleplay toys like Kamen Rider, Street Fighter, and more. Street Fighter's referring to the Ryu gloves, which you currently can't order.
Yeah.
That Digimon stuff isn't here, even though they're part of the Narakiri World brand in Japan. But I imagine as Narakiri World takes place in Japan at the end of this month, any reveals that are going to get brought stateside will end up on this page. And it also, I imagine that while we see stuff like the Geet stuff that was available at all retailers, more stuff is going to, I think, appear here than the all retailers. Because if I'm being totally honest, the Rider Deluxe and CSM stuff is not really selling that well. So.
I'm hoping the Garo Ken's available.
I'm hoping the Garo Ken pops up here, because if it doesn't, I'm not buying it. It's just too expensive otherwise. The other thing I will tell people, if you're looking at prices, P Bandai has flat rate $10 shipping. Right now, though, if you want to make a P Bandai order between September 15th and September 30th, if you spend $120, you click first, get this coupon into your account. But if you click this, you can get it into your account, and you get free shipping on $120 or more, excluding tax and shipping. Reminder that if you're doing pre-orders, they have to be in the same month, coming from the same shop to be able to be combined. But you can get free shipping. I'm totally using this for those Digivices that I haven't ordered yet. But that is helpful if you're trying to pick up some Rider stuff in the Narakiri World section. So that was more PSA than anything, I think. But still good to know. All right, guess what the one figure art news I highlighted was today? Yeah, you can get the Digivice. So if you're trying to get the D3s, you can get those on the... And I think...
Was there a Naruto figure news? I forget.
No.
I actually don't remember.
It's just Denji and Puchita.
Oh, yeah, the Denji. So, is this going to be exclusive or just retail? I
no idea.
Wasn't sure about this. Because I did want this. Especially, because I do want to have the power. I have this Angel Man. I do want a human Denji, but I especially want the Puchia.
I want the Puchita. I mean, I have my little plush Puchita. I decided he gets to sit in the back of live streams now. Look at him.
Do you hold him like a chainsaw?
No, you can. I typically just hold him like he's a dog.
A dog.
I have Chainsaw Man. I didn't buy Power. I kind of want Denji.
Power's I like her, but I find the engineering of her, like how they did her hoodie, is weird. It's like, I get they want to do like the kind of one part of the shoulder is like off her shoulder, but it's weird engineering. I think it's still a good figure.
I was gonna get Katana Man, but I don't like the way they did his jacket.
What is it, like segmented? I'm assuming?
It's all segmented in plastic. I wish they could just do a.
Which is weird because Power's hoodies, like her bits, are soft plastic.
Yeah. Katana Man just looks a little too stiff. Here's the reason why I haven't bought Power yet, and I'm gonna say that I love Chainsaw Man. I'm caught up on the manga. I'm halfway through the light novel because I bought it over the weekend. I watched the whole anime.
Oh,
so
really?
far.
Yeah, I finally watched the anime.
I did finally watch the anime. By the way, another case. This is going to be all right. Sidebar. Chainsaw Man anime good. I prefer the manga.
A lot of people actually say that.
Yeah, I'm not surprised because that they had to cram how many chapters in 12, 13?
It's not the cramming. I don't like the way they redesigned the tone of the show.
Oh, to be more grungy?
It's more film-like, a little bit more grungy, and less manic and chaotic like the manga is.
Like, the fight scenes had that energy, but like that fight scene
But everything else, like the thing is like the normal day stuff is also super manic. I'm trying to find this One Piece figure art that helped. Was it Muteki you mentioned? Yeah.
Which one, Yamato or?
No, not Yamato. It was another. Apparently, they announced a One Piece figure art. I don't know which one it is.
Oh, Tarjo Law. Tarjo Law.
Tarfagar Law.
Yeah,
guys.
Tarjo Law.
Let me look on the
Trigger
official.
Law?
Oh, I found him. I
Right.
found him. I found him. We're good. We found him.
Yeah, he just got announced, which like that's cool.
Trafalgar Law. I don't know who he is. Okay, I'm going to be honest.
He's just
Yeah,
like
I actually.
he's a very important character. He's like a extra, like what people dub the extra Straw Hat members.
Can
Yeah.
Figuarts make Nami and
I
Nico?
agree,
So
man.
that. Oh my God, the stream. All right, we're back. All right. Yeah. Trafalgar Law. I'm gonna Trafalgar.
I'm gonna just call him Slugger Law, even though that's not him.
I'm just gonna call him
Most
Law.
people just call him Law. Most people.
He's-
I think even the crew just call him Law.
Yeah. Jeremy Carr says Bandai figures need to do more jackets like they do for the newest version of Commodore Wizard cloth material with wiring. Yes, that's what I would love to have seen for Katana Man, and also for Law's cape. That thing looks like a giant hunk of plastic. Nami and Nico, please, Bandai, please.
Because like if Bandai America's not gonna do them, I want Figuarts to do them.
Yeah.
They won't probably match because everybody's in their Wano designs, but still, I just need those two.
It works. I can mix. I'm not going to get Orange Piccolo or Beast Gohan, but I am getting the Orange Piccolo Steelbook for the 4K of Dragon Ball Super Superhero.
That reminds me, I need to get the. I still want to get that the
I'd
Dragon
like to get
Stars.
these.
I think the Dragon Stars both be like Beast Gohan, the Gammas, and
Dragon Stars. Off topic, Dragon Stars. Me and Soundout talked about
They're great.
they up their quality so much.
Oh yeah.
No, that's the superhero way. I sit like that new Gimo for the new Gimo improves so much from the previous Gimo they had. The V3 what it's called. That's so much better than the V2 because the legs have more movement, especially.
Okay, so circling back around because I forgot I was making a
One Piece.
point with Power. Did you guys know I was making a point with Power?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the reason why I haven't bought Power yet. I don't know if this is gonna be a hot take, and I don't know if the chat who follows
Why, does he
Chainsaw
don't
Man is
like
gonna.
Power?
I don't like Power.
I don't like. She's not a good person, but I like how goblin she is. So that's why I like her.
I like her cat.
Really meowy.
I don't even like her powers. I don't like her. I'm sorry. I've been trying, but I have read 149 chapters of Chainsaw Man and read a light novel where she's like the lead for the first half of it, and I'm just like, I don't think I like her.
I mean, my favorite character is Simi though, but she's not getting a figure anytime soon.
My favorite character in Chainsaw Man is Denji.
Well, you ain't got the protagonist.
Ooh, figure arts Boa Hancock would be cool. It's funny, like Netflix One Piece, just like flipped a switch in my brain where all my One Piece knowledge came rushing back in. It's the weirdest thing. I was like, I don't know anything about One Piece, and it's just vroom, like it all just came back. It's like Jerry saying he doesn't say anything about Star Trek.
Well, what was the last arc you remember for One Piece?
Alabasta.
Yeah, okay, so not that far ahead, but still.
Yeah.
That's
Alabasta's the last
Alabasta's
arc I remember, and I double-checked because I got my Shonen Jumps out of storage, and Alabasta's as far as where Shonen Jump got. So.
Yeah, because the Alabasta is a long arc. Like people, I see people go like, "Oh, they're gonna do Alabasta next." Like they said for like One Piece Netflix, "Oh, they're gonna do Alabasta." No, they're not doing Alabasta next season. That's I think people don't realize how long Alabasta
next season's
is.
Chopper time.
Yeah, at most, we'll definitely see a tease for Robin.
Alabasta's like season 3 or 4, right?
And that's season 3.
Season 3,
they could
yeah.
do. Yeah, because Alabasta's long. It's the Namek saga of One Piece.
I would not mind if they condensed it into half a season as opposed to a whole season.
They are, because from what I understand, is like, you can cut some things with Alabasta. It's not like especially heating.
I mean, they cut Dan Baratier, I think, in a good way. I think cutting Don Krieg was fine.
Yeah, no, I read and watched the Don Krieg stuff for Sanji, and it was good. But I don't think it was a major loss because I think they did Sanji's character very, very great in Netflix One Piece.
I can't say I like Boa over Power because I don't know anything about Boa Hancock. I just know the name and the design in my brain.
Because because some reason they always choose her for the female rep for what
Yeah.
reason, the show crossover games for some weird reason.
Instead of Ninja Time, it's Chopper Time. Yes, it is. I also say that every time Ahsoka.
Yeah, no.
Every week when Ahsoka shows up, it's Chopper Time until he doesn't show up, and then he shows up, and I'm like, yes, Chopper.
Question: Can you confirm? Because did D23 have it or not?
Yes, it did.
Can't.
It's Destination D, so there's not like a big media event. It's only like Parks News that come out of it.
Okay, because like I saw D23's coming. Like, where's all the big film announcements?
There isn't. There is. Well, first of all, there can't be because they don't because Disney won't end the strike.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to, they could actually. Episode 4 and 5 of Ahsoka were so freaking good. That's why there was no film and TV announcements. The biggest news was Parks News, and even that, half their Parks News was, here's an idea we're thinking about doing, and I'm like, then why are you telling me about it? This ain't my problem.
I remember because of the strikes, the only Ahsoka member could be on there
was Chopper.
And
I saw someone say this. They said rightfully so. That's an imposter. Chopper wouldn't be a scab.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I saw many folks like, that's not Chopper. Chopper would never do this.
Speaking of Tony Chopper though, for One Piece, I hope he's a puppet. The snails are puppets. Why not? Let's roll through the news only I care about. Python Patrol has some more Target exclusives. So we got Copperhead in Python Patrol colors. He looks ugly and garish. I love it. I ordered it. I'm addicted to the Python Patrol color scheme and the Tiger Force color schemes and the Night Force color schemes and anyways, I just love this line. Anyways, these got this. We saw him in render. We saw the Python Patrol Cobra Officer also in renders, so it's nice to see him. Nothing that surprising because these are figures we have just in garish, ugly colors. I love them. The surprise one, because they had announced it prior, and it actually had. Oh, I just noticed something actually. This is the first Cobra Officer to come with 2 different heads.
Really?
Yeah, you actually get the faceplate one from the Cobra Trooper, and then the mouth sash one from the Officer. Yeah. So, do you suggest Nova Prime? Yeah, I like Nova. Yeah, Nova Prime's good. Good figure. And then the new surprise one was the Techno Viper with the Trouble Bubble, which I got my first Trouble Bubble. And this one is the same exact parts count, and for some reason it's $10 cheaper and exclusive to Target. And I ordered him on Pulse because I don't trust Target, but I don't know why it's $10 cheaper. I ain't complaining. Poll time.
I mean,
because I have a video idea. I'm just gonna throw this out here to you guys. Poll time. Wednesday video. Should I just open some G.I. Joes?
There's a lie. Would be like a ye old Santa video where you just open the toys.
It literally will just be me unboxing them and talking about them in real time. It's not going to be like a full review. It's just going to be me chilling.
It's gonna be like the ye old times of the channel.
Yeah, this was my plan, so I don't overdo myself.
Speaking of, like, I
because I got a stack. I got like a stack of Joe stuff. I got like 4 things I could open. If you guys think if you guys would watch it, I want to do it.
Speaking of, because I've been YouTube's been recommending me a lot of your like older videos from like the iPad days and like I think 2019, 18. What was going on with your microphone during 2019? I don't.
That was just the iPad microphone.
Well, no, not even the iPad, but the 2019, 18 videos. Like, oh my god, what happened to your microphone in that era?
I have no idea, honestly.
Yeah, I was watching it. I was rewatching his videos because YouTube recommended me. And I'm like, oh god, my ears. What's going with the audio?
I might have been an editing thing because I think that's when I first. No, I started doing Premiere earlier. I don't know.
I was like, they recommended me your first. Well, I think it was like the very first disc discussion of the. I think it was like the DVD case. It was the video where you showcased the Naruto DVDs for the first time.
Yes.
And man, your audio quality. Oh man, it was hard to listen to that.
That was yeah. I don't know what was going on in that era. If I could go back and like 4K remaster everything, I would. But it's all digital.
George Lucas.
I wish I could George Lucas some of my stuff, but. Yeah, I just leave
it is funny because it's like your audio from 2011 where you just used the raw camera mic sounds better than some of your more professional era videos.
Using more professional equipment requires skill and talent.
It is kind of funny.
It's a learning curve.
rewatching the old Samurai Megazord video. I love like you say it's the main reason why you don't like the toy is because it doesn't come with a shield. I'm like,
Yep.
my god, that's like the most petty thing. There is just like a toy.
The real reason I don't like it is because the monkey doesn't fold, because that screws up the combo later.
That's the real reason to dislike it. But I don't like dislike it. It doesn't come with a useless shield.
All right, last couple toy news things. Oh, real quick. Yeah, Muteki said, like when you open that Casey Jones in the video. Yeah, no, I would just be doing that, but for like 20 minutes with some G.I. Joes.
Speaking of that, the BTX line, it's. I think what it is with the BTX line, it's less based on the 87 cartoon. From what I've seen, it's more based on the Evergreen art.
Yeah,
like, it's based on like the current Evergreen art. So
it is.
Like,
it's just. I thought it was cartoon based because of the Evergreen art, and then I looked at it, and I was like, oh, this is a toy figure.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I think that's the idea of the BTX 80s Turtles. They're less based on the 80s cartoon, but more of the Evergreen art because.
That's a good idea. Jeremy Carr said top 5 best and worst purchases of the year. Totally putting that on the list. That is. I have thoughts already. I appreciate the video ideas, everybody.
Question: is that for toys or like anything in general?
I'm going to make it in kind of like what we normally do. You know, like the stuff we normally cover. It'll be like toys and Blu-rays and stuff.
I was saying because we know Cleopatra Ultraman will be number 1.
Cleopatra, I don't. Would that be number 1? Have to tune in to find out. Top 5 best and worst purchases of the year. And that was. I'll probably do that in December, so that way we have like a full year.
Yeah, the new yearly videos.
Yeah, that'll be towards the end of the year. That'll be fun. Han Solo did shoot first. If you see any different, that's your brain playing tricks on you. Infinite mentioned classified Cobra Mothership. There may not be that, but Super 7's doing a reaction Cobra Mothership. When they showed this at Comic-Con, this big old snake-looking thing back here, they showed this at Comic-Con and PowerCon. I thought, oh, that's a neat mock-up. Kind of nice diorama piece for the display. Get people excited about G.I. Joe reaction. No, they had full intentions of making it, and they're launching it in October.
When are they going to make the reaction Cobra Terradrome? Cobra Terradrome.
You mean the thing I'd actually buy? I don't want this. I want a Cobra Terradrome, though.
If there's any like G.I. Joe commercial song I remember like on top of my head, it's always gonna be the Terradrome. I just Cobra Terradrome. That's like it's
which one? Because it had 2 names and it had 2 songs.
The one I remember is
the Terradrome one. Yeah.
Yeah, Cobra Terradrome. Cobra. That's the one I remember the most growing up.
If this was gonna be a classified, it would be a table. You'd just be buying a piece of furniture.
I mean, a classified U.S. flag would be a house or a shed.
A classified flag would not fit in this room. Like lengthwise.
It'll be a coffee. It'll be a coffee, an actual coffee table.
No, that you just make a bar. That you have to open your own restaurant at that point. That's the bar is just your classified flag.
Yeah.
Imagine sliding drinks down it and then you accidentally like kill shipwreck or something. Jojo Star says, "What are the odds of Voltron Legendary Defender getting season 7 and 8 and DVD? It's been too long." Yeah, I think that ship has sailed. Same with the back half of She-Ra. It's just not happening at this point.
Like the only way we're getting them now is they do complete series sets. That's the only way we're getting them now.
And they don't seem to be that interested in that.
And that frustrates me most because I was looking forward to get the last half of She-Ra, but no.
Yep. All right. Nero from Star Trek 2009 is the next Hia Toys figure to go up for pre-order, just like with the others. Looks great. Super stoked. You will see a review of this because I need something Star Trek to talk about because, oh my god, Playmates just gave up.
Playmates just gave up.
Playmates gave up. And so instead, Hia Toys is like, yeah. Oh, I didn't talk about this here, but I was hearing on a podcast from somebody that went to Star Trek Las Vegas that Hia Toys was at. They have the license for all Star Trek. They're just starting with the Kelvin timeline stuff because they felt like it was a bit of an untapped market.
Which is true.
Yep. So when they said they're gonna do the Kelvin movies first, and then they're gonna do some other stuff after.
Is Hia gonna be the Jada Toys for Star Trek fans?
I think Hia Toys is gonna be the Jada toys for Star Trek fans. I'm so excited because their figures are great. $25 they're $25. They're 3 3/4 inch. I'll bring RoboCop out next time they have news on one of these.
You should probably not do well, but you should do a video review of the RoboCop to give like a sample.
I should just do it here on the stream. I'll bring my RoboCop out on the stream next time we have Hia Toys news. They're like 3 3/4 inch, but they're fantastic. I'll bring RoboCop out next week, or maybe not next week or the week after. Whenever the next time we talk about the Hia Toys stuff, I'll bring RoboCop out so we can have.
Just give it a sample of what their figures are like.
You remember how we were talking about Super 7 Ultimates doing 2003 reissues, and how I mentioned in my Casey Jones video that there's 2003 doesn't get reissued a lot. Anyways, there might be 2003 reissues coming.
Where? I didn't hear about this.
This was at some event for Mutant Mayhem, where they had toys on display from Playmates, including the recent reissues of Wingnut and Baxter Stockman. See Mutant Mayhem stuff in the back. And then, inexplicably, Leo and Donnie from the 2003 line on their 2003 card backs are chilling in the back of this display.
Oh, those are definitely have to be reissued because the turtles specific packaging, specifically how they work is each turtle has a specific turtle on the back card. So Leo at the Leo card. So yeah, that definitely screams reissues because that's the generic card for non-turtle.
Also,
characters.
It's very funny that their little cardboard name inserts are all over the place.
Yeah, so finally.
Yeah, it's about time.
Oh wait, also mind these could be prototypes because I see Donnie's Bosa is painted, and I refuse to believe Playmates will paint the weapons.
I don't think the weapons are going to be painted again. This may be just samples they have.
Yeah, but
that's as big as it gets, Muteki.
I don't know why.
Yeah, out of context, sound out clips. I will not pick up the turtles, but as soon as I start doing characters I never got, I'm in.
Same.
Yeah.
This is
I never had them, so I guess I'll go.
Yeah.
Because my only problem with the Playmates.
I think my favorite part about this is the fact that Super 7 and Playmates both missed the anniversary year and are doing things the year after.
Oh, they went. Oh wait, people.
It's kind of like that DVD set sold really well, and then Paramount was like, "Oh yeah, go ahead, do the 2003. That actually sells stuff." I told people, I was like, that DVD may not be great. It's serviceable. It may not be the best, but boy, if that sells well, we'll see more 2003 stuff. And almost immediately, this and Super 7's news happened.
I mean, I'm honestly shocked this didn't happen before, because legally for a long time, Sentai was the only retro turtle thing they can do.
Mm-hmm.
So because finally,
it's about time.
I won't be trying. It's because my one problem with the Playmates reissue for the longest time is they keep reissuing the same things over and over and over again.
They finally broke the trend by throwing out Baxter and Wingnut.
Wingnut, and then doing that bizarre
Mondo got out again.
And there's that bizarre TMC Adventures box sets with those. Stop releasing those old Mirage figures. Those are bad figures.
I know.
Also, doesn't it make sense for them to be under the TMC Adventures box set because the TMC Adventures had the 80 designs.
And they weren't even published by Mirage.
Yeah, so why are you using the Mirage design?
We could sit here and complain, but it's already 7.
But still, I'm just happy Playmates is doing.
Muteki is blaming me liking Rise over 2003 for us not getting 2003. All right, that's fair. I'll take that down because Rise is great.
Both are good.
Both are good. I just Rise edges out just a little bit because it doesn't have fast forward.
For me, it's like picking two children.
All the Turtle shows are great. Rise edges out because it doesn't have things like fast forward and Back to the Series. Infinite says that the hardest figure in 2003 line was fast forward Leonardo. Interesting. I imagine that whole line was just.
I remember getting all the turtles for Easter one year for my brother, and as a dumb kid, I simply Sharpie pupils on them because I saw trailers of TMNT coming out. I mean, that shows how much of a turtle fan I was.
Yeah, there you go. You're like, I want accuracy. The Transformers comics are going to be doing a 6. So that was no transition. I went from having smooth transitions to I want to get these last couple news topics in. Transformers, the new comic from Skybound and Image Comics, that's being done by Daniel Warren Johnson, is going to have the first 6 issues will have variant covers that will be connecting artwork. So, boom, look at that. if you get these variant covers across the first 6, you get this cool mural picture.
Oh,
that
looks really cool.
it looks like it positions Starscream as the main villain since he's kind of in the center there.
Well, because I
Which is
imagine they're
neat.
gonna have Starscream's crew be like the scouts, then Megatron will be the big like, oh god, he's coming kind of event thing.
Mm-hmm. Also, we heard that the first issue Transformers has apparently already sold 153,000 copies to comic shops.
Woo!
Which is
Yay!
insane. Putting Kirkman and the Skybound name on Transformers and G.I. Joe is probably the best thing that could have happened to their comic runs, to be honest.
I still need to read Void Rivals. I had the first 3 issues. I like what I've seen of it. I just
Void Rivals is... I went from... After issue 1 of Void Rivals, I was like, I'm going to read the next couple issues and see if I like it to continue. Now it's like, oh, that's like a top stack book now. It's crazy. I did not expect it to be that good, honestly.
Yeah, I still need to read them.
Issue 2 blew my mind. And then we mentioned it at the top of the show in the chat. Legacy animated Bumblebee leaked. I don't want to have shoulder discourse. My only complaint is I don't like his feet. You can't even see him in the shot. I wish his feet were car feet.
Yeah, car feet.
Because those car feet are on the back. I wish those just rotated around. That's all.
Honestly,
that's it. My only complaint.
I think as a Bumblebee figure, he looks great. I would say
that car mode is perfect.
Yeah, the car mode. I would say the head does look kind of out of place, not because like it looks. Honestly, I think the head looks fine, but the thing is, unlike Prowl, which looks like they didn't modify his design to fit the G1 aesthetic, Bumblebee just looks like they just took the animated head and plopped it on a chug style body.
Yep, it's definitely. I think it's. And this is the thing too, is that we guys got to remember they're not making just straight up animated designs because again that comes back to that single use mold problem. And then also they're trying to stylistically blend all the different universe Transformers into kind of a similar style. They do that for Star Wars Black Series and Marvel Legends and stuff. So I'm cool. I mean, I'm cool with it because I think it looks like if you took animated Bumblebee and put him through the Legacy gate and he popped out like this. I agree though the head looks a little out of place because they didn't redesign it at all. I think it's cool. It's and also the original toy. The original toy is so fragile that I'll take anything at this point. But the fact that he has the thrusters and the stinger's a separate piece instead of folding out from his arm, that's great. And the car mode's perfect. I don't have a problem with any of that.
Also, I need to say this with the anime designs, because here's the thing with the anime designs. Because if you de-animatify them, this is what they look like. Because it's like the only such as because with Prowl, he had a unique design, so it makes sense that he looks like so unique and why they did it first. But like with every other character, like they're pretty like your average Optimus and Bumblebee and so on designs, but it's Sarah J. Wyatt's art style that gives them that animated look.
Yep.
So like this is what they look like if you make them more normal and not exaggerated.
It's kind of like how throwing 30 Blitzwing was actually like the template. So
I will say that I really hate people like really damning this figure by bringing up J. Wyatt. Well, J. won't.
As I always say, never speak on behalf of the dead.
The dead, please.
You do not know what they would think. You just can only guess. Okay. Also, really going back to, here's Prime Dreadwing, Prime Universe Dreadwing in Legacy. He's more squared off, and he has a different chest design to match the more G1 look. I still love him. I think it works. It's merging the two designs. It's clear they're setting up this mold to make G1 Skyquake and Machine War Starscream and King Atlas, and I'm going to buy all 3 of those.
Again, after Bulkhead and RC and Knockout, they gotten so much better. G1 fighting these characters so much better.
And then the last news topic, the most important one ever, that I just closed my window. It's so important I had to close the window on it. I guess I should close the poll. I'll close the poll in a minute. Let's just get this.
I think people. I think people
are like, open some GI Joes. I'm like, cool. It's gonna be a nice week for me to kind of reset. I think. King Atlas was the universe repaint of G1 Skyquake that looks like Die Atlas from Zone. All right, Kamen Rider men's underpants, complete 78 set. It'll cost you 200,000 yen. Here's everybody you get, and yes, it is a Kamen Rider on your crotch. And they have their stats listed on the back. Or which is the back? Which is the front? I can't tell.
I kind of wish for O's it was just a white box. I wish it was just white boxers for O's.
Yeah, you have their stats. I saw a lot of funny memes about the stats. They look comfy. You can go through all the images, or you can look at these nice galleries. Look at this. There's all the Showa writers together. There's all of them together on a map. I love how they're posing them like this is a crossover movie. There's all the Reiwa guys.
I know, right? It's great.
There's all the sidebar panels. And I like this image where it's like the Ryuki opening with all the blurred people, and there's just one guy wearing Kamen Rider underpants.
This is the type of marketing I love.
Yep. I'm not buying it, but I think it's funny.
It'd be funny if this was like pre-ban US.
If this were to go up on pre-ban, I just wish I could buy one of them, not like a set.
All of them.
A set of 78, yeah. I mean, that'll cover you for the whole year. You can just cycle that.
Yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
I don't even currently own 78 pairs of underwear, let alone Kamen Rider themed ones. Muteki asked about King Atlas from Transformers, so I'm going to show him King Atlas. It's loading. I'm going to use this cool universe packaging art because it makes him look cooler. Here's King Atlas.
There was Skyquake and Machine Wars Starscream, right? Was there any other molds they can use?
There's King Atlas. And here's what his toy looked like because he was just
a G1 toy.
He was G1. He was G1 Skyquake. You know, Euro G1 character. But given the Diatlas colors, so he's King Atlas. I want this toy, obviously with the G1 inspired head that I'm sure is coming. I want this toy in those colors. I'm a simple man. I just want to buy the same leader class figure 5 times.
Army build. It's your Seeker mold.
It's my Seeker mold. Everybody always goes nuts for Seekers. I only completed the Seekers twice. I did the Classics Deluxes, and I did the Earthrise mold. That's it, you know. But this is my. I want all the versions. You know, I'll do the same thing when they do Thunderwing. Like they gotta eventually. Oh yeah, someone mentioned drop a like if you haven't dropped a like. I'd appreciate that a whole lot. I love the King Atlas colors, so I'm in. Let's see. Can we find? See, is a redo. All right, let's look at Skyquake. Here's Skyquake. Obviously, don't make him with the
gold plastic.
Yeah, don't make him with the gold plastic. But you know, the thing is like the chest design, right? Because they redesigned. I keep knocking over poor Izzy every time I pick this guy up. The chest design here is that flatter window panel design. So, you know, that's the G1ification here, which I'm cool with. You know, it's going to look great as G1 Skyquake. I'm sure they're doing it. It'll probably be Generation Selects or something. Technically, the Psycho Rangers are the Seeker molds of the Lightning Collection. That's true, Infinite, because they don't actually have to change those. They don't even have different helmets. Just paint them in different colors.
Yeah, but say the helmet's different, or they're all the same helmet? Like, did the females get smaller heads or no?
The females do get a different mold. So it's like 2 molds. It's like male and female, and then everybody's a repaint. The only difference is the weapons. So
I kind of want.
hey, Kamen Jojo.
I want a full rainbow. Rainbow of Psycho Ranger. Here's my order Psycho Ranger. Boom.
Yes. And then Machine Wars Starscream. I actually, if they make Machine Wars Starscream, I will review that legacy version and compare it because I actually do have the original Machine Wars Starscream. It was actually. I don't have all the accessories. I just have the base body. He's not even got all his landing gear.
You can't carpet bomb people.
I can't carpet bomb people, but I will say that I will do a review comparing it, even if it's a short. Speaking of shorts, I'm going to do a Transformer short this week. It's not on Dreadwing. I have another idea, so stay tuned for that. And tomorrow's short will be an unboxing of some kind. Now you guys know the video plans for the week.
Okay, so we got unboxing, Transformer, and then our live reaction.
Yeah. So so let me close the poll. That's 100% people are in for G.I. Joe. Love it. So that is the video plans for the week. I've lost all my skill at transitions at this point, so here we are. That's the plan for the week. So tomorrow short will be an unboxing. Yeah, I'm gonna unbox 12 things in one short. You'll see what they are. It'll be fun.
Will it be a roulette or no?
It won't be a lottery. No. It's smaller. They already come in pieces, so you don't have to worry about that part. And
I know
maybe see where I'm going with it. So we'll do that. That's tomorrow. That's already done and uploaded. Wednesday, I'll be
And
doing GI Joe.
Another hint for people who are curious. It's in plastic-free packaging, technically.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Wednesday, I'll unbox some GI Joes. I got some ones that came in recently. So we'll do kind of like a casual, like let me open them up and kind of first thoughts thing. The Thursday short will be a Transformer. It's green, and
Is the green guy with a sword?
It's not. He doesn't have a sword.
Oh.
But his original toy did, and I wish he had it on this new one. I need to do a Green Guy with the Sword playlist at some point. And then Friday, Friday will be the Hasbro PulseCon stream reaction starting at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. That's early. I might be kind of groggy at the beginning of that, if I'm going to be honest. But that'll be. I was going to say that'll be fun, but it depends on how the reveals go. And I think the way we'll do that is I'll just have a link to the Pulse stream, and you guys can watch the Pulse stream on one tab and us on the other.
But if your guys if Sound stream gets delayed and you're ahead, don't try to spoil, just in case that happens.
Yeah, because I'll also be on a slight delay. Alternate option, I might look into using a different streaming software just for that stream, but we'll see. Because it's going to be a bit of a lengthy adventure, but it'll be fun. So that's the video plans. I think we're ready to wrap it up for the week, though, because we're going to stream Friday. So we got to conserve our streaming brain cells here.
So come join us there. Hey, Kyle, where can people find you?
Me?
Yeah.
Tomorrow at twitch.tv/FighterCaos at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, you can find me. That's spelled FIGHTERXAOS. Me and Soundout will continue to talk, but this time about games, because there's a lot to talk about there, too.
There is.
As we're playing King of Fighters 15. And you can join, too, if you have the game, because it's crossplay.
Yeah, it'll be good times. And if you're trying to find a link to it, you can also check out our Discord, because I will make an announcement when that stream goes live.
Yes.
So.
Since he's there, he announces when I go live.
I also announce when Fighter Cows goes live, even when I'm not there. So.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
The announce section is really, really handy. And then, you can find Ryan. Where can people find you?
People can find me at Darko643 on YouTube and Twitter. I do our commissions like the ones you see this very channel. You want any? Feel free to DM me on Discord or Twitter.
Cool. You can find me at social media below. You can find me easier at Discord and, of course, here on YouTube. I'm looking forward to Friday. That'll be fun for me. A lot less work. Miteki asked me about Mortal Kombat tomorrow, and I'll give you my thoughts.
The most unfun part is being up and early in the morning.
Yeah, that early in the morning part's probably what's going to slow me down a little bit, but
it's Nintendo Direct all over again.
Yeah, but alternatively, I think I can actually probably get some cleaning done around the house now that the weather's starting to cool off. So I will take this week to kind of recharge, I think, a bit, and we'll do normal videos next week. But yeah, so I'll see you all Friday. If you can't catch it all, by all means, just pop in when you feel like popping in. Pop in, pop out as you want, and of course, it'll always be archived. After the stream, last week's stream took a minute to process. It took like in a couple hours, but it was eventually fixed. So I will see you guys Friday, and I hope you enjoy the videos that come out in between then. And and if you don't catch Friday, we'll see you next Monday, because we'll always be here Mondays. It'll be fun times. So see you all next time.